your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tune into World Combat Sports. Yeah, thanks for everybody for tuning in. Once again, you're listening to World Combat Sports 2021 is on deck. The second day of the year, and I'm already feeling good about this boxing. If you didn't know, now you know. Ryan Garcia comes off the deck in the second round to stop Luke Campbell in the seventh. So what I want to know from all you hardcore boxing fans, you motivators out there, what you think of the fight? What did you think? What did you think? I need your opinion on what you thought of the fight, because we have to talk about it. We have to put it out there. We have to let it be known. How does it play out in the lightweight division? That's what I want to hear for you, the fight fans. How does it play out in the lightweight division? I know I've been gone for a couple of days. I had to take care some boxing business, man. I just couldn't come on and do, boxing commentary like I wanted to and everything, I mean, other collateral duties, everybody. But I want to first and foremost give a shout out to the WCS supporters in the new year, 2021. Your support is always appreciated. And it's up to me to congratulate you, the real winners. Appreciate your support for tuning in to WCS. So, Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell finally goes down, man. It finally happens. And this is determined, the mandatory for Devin Haney, of course, who's the WBC titleist, and Ryan Garcia is the WBC interim. And of course, we have, the king of the lightweight division, Teofimo Lopez. And, not to forget, he's the unified champion. Undisputed in the cadence and language of some, include myself. He has all the belts, basically, all the primary belts, in my opinion. But that's not the point of topic today. I want to hear what is your opinion, fight fans, on what went down tonight. Now, as I always do, I got to keep it. I don't even like saying a buck. I'm just going to call it the way WCS calls it. Ryan Garcia went in there and displayed, first and foremost, he has heart. First and foremost, Ryan Garcia has heart. Luke Campbell has heart. Both of these fighters establish heart, but more so Ryan Garcia being more of a star pupil of the pound for pound best Canelo Alvarez. He has a lot to work on moving forward. He is fast with the counter shots, but he is also flat-footed. He himself can be connected with counter shots from his opponent if he's not careful. I like how stiff his jab was. He had speed to it in the early rounds. I like what I was seeing. I believe, Ryan Garcia fights a little bit too much with his chin in the air. He needs to tighten up being so flat-footed and work on that movement, man. Work on some coordination. You need to leave those reactive bag drills alone, because some of his combinations is the same way in which he's doing his drills. Now, tonight, it worked out for him because he was able to think in there. He made adjustments, people. That's what the sweet science is about, adjustments. Ryan Garcia made adjustments after being dropped in the second round. He basically won every round after that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't hard to establish who was the more dominant fighter in this matchup, even after Ryan Garcia recovered from that second round knockdown. He was putting his combinations together. He was walking down Luke Campbell. He was closing distance. He was really sticking to the business at hand. Now, I believe it was the sixth round. From my understanding, I think it was the sixth round. if I'm not mistaken, the 56th round, where he came out and he had Campbell hurt. Campbell turned his back to him just a little bit. He came out in the 6th round. He tried to destroy the man. You know what I'm saying? He tried to close the show. Now, I'm not saying it was the wrong thing for Luke Campbell to do, but his corner and myself pretty much thought the same thing. Like, slow down, relax. He pretty much almost dumped the entire bucket in the early minute of that 6th round to go out there and close out Luke Campbell instead of letting the knockout come to him. I thought Ryan Garcia fought a fight for which we saw everything that Ryan was going to show us. Seriously, he gave us all the spotlight. It was nothing held back. It was nothing that he kept in secret. He showed us everything at this moment in his career that he has. And there's some polishing to do if he's to move forward. Dion Washington in the building. What's good? Salute to you, my brother. Happy New Year to you and your family. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Ryan Garcia has some polishing up to do, y'all. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But you know what I liked? I like his entertainment value. I did. I liked his entertainment value, man. Even though he was dropped in a second, I did like how he continued to press the gas. He was the hunter. Even though at one point in time, even when he was dropped and he was able to, resume the fight, he didn't seem like he was the prey. You know what I'm saying? That was a slight momentum by Luke Campbell, but never would I sit up here and lie to you and say I thought he seized the moment. It was a knockdown, and then Garcia got back up and he continued to press. I appreciate that. I like that. I like his entertainment value, which he continued to give us bits and pieces of the special moments, you know what I'm saying, for us to frame, like the excitement. Like when he would close in, he would land a 3-punch combination. You know what I'm saying? He would push Luke Campbell up against the ropes and then put in some work. And, a lot of people was probably thinking, does Ryan Garcia have legitimate raw power? You know what I'm saying? Because Luke Campbell seemed like he was playing the poker face pretty damn well in there. But as we seen, he was slowly breaking Campbell down. He was swelling up the left eye real nice. He was in there with the southpaw. I mean, he had some issues. Luke Campbell himself was able to land solid punches on Garcia periodically in pockets through the fight. I enjoyed the fight for 7 rounds. It was interesting. Yes, it was. It was interesting, y'all. Real talk. That fight was very interesting to me. What's going on? Easy Work Boxing, man. Happy New Year, brother. How you feel, man? Appreciate you dropping through, man. The link is in the chat, man, for those of you that just want to converse and talk about, the performance of Ryan Garcia. And then, of course, linking him up with the remaining players in the lightweight division. Of course, I had to go around and goddamn be nosy and see who was what and when. And man, I swear to you, some people you're sounding a bit, one-sided. And I'm gonna get to that. Sean, what's good? His feet positions. He fought way in the pocket, always look for the KO, but I don't know, man. Dangerous. I believe Ryan Garcia needs to work on some type of foot movement. He's not going to be able to walk down every fighter like that. And the fact that he was dropped from a left hand and he's facing a southpaw, okay? No foot entanglement or anything. He was dropped from a legitimate shot. But then again, Ryan Garcia came in there, orthodox fighter, and was able to drop Luke Campbell with a left hook to the body. I mean, punishing, brutish left hook to the body. I mean, that shit kind of made me now move side to side. It's like, ugh. He basically fooled Luke Campbell into believing within the rhythm of sending that left hook up top, he went downstairs. Good thinking, solid adjustments, man. I salute the fighters who make those adjustments in there. I'm not gonna sit up here and dog Luke Campbell out and say he's garbage and he's trash because I mean not Luke Campbell, Ryan Garcia, because he's trash. You know what I'm saying? But you know what it is. God damn it, people, welcome to one and only Dion Washington, straight out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. How you feel, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I just got through enjoying that fight, man. But
what you think about it, bro?
He better stay away from Tank.
Hey, man, I want him to fight Tank.
I want him to
fight Tank, dog. Because look, if he believe he gonna get on the inside with Tank like that,
it's not even the inside with me. It's just the fact that he's slow. He has slow feet, and that's everybody in that Reynoso camp got slow feet. And if you notice, or if you're paying attention to it, like I was, every time Luke Campbell was resetting Ryan, his feet was slow, and then at the same time, Luke Campbell was starting to get up underneath Ryan's left jab and slip off to the right, but he wasn't throwing. He slipped up under him 2 or 3 times and just didn't throw. And I was confused about that. I was like, man, you just slipped up under him. You got the body, head, body, whatever, however you wanted to do it, but you just didn't throw.
It was somewhat similar to what Teofimo was able to do with Lomachenko sometimes during the fight. When he pivoted out, he slipped on Ryan Garcia's left. I mean, it was right there for him. He could have went to the body. Time Ryan Garcia's turn, he could have met him with a jab or something, a hook, something. It was right there, man.
Yeah, it was right there, man. But if Ryan get hit with that left, that overhand left that Luke hit him with, he don't get up, man. He don't get up.
But when see, for me, I would give Ryan Garcia the credits, for going in there and getting off the canvas and getting the stoppage right there, Dion. That's about it, because he has a lot of work to do moving forward. All right. I grade him for having heart to work through the adversity and everything. But then when it comes down to all them rudimentary, the way he was displaying some of his shots, still going with that lead, that freaking lead left hook too much. You was just going to the well with that. And then how he was walking them down, his chin was up in the air. He should take a good look at the Leo Santa Cruz fight with walking him down and seeing what Gervonta did. Once Gervonta found out that Leo Santa Cruz didn't have that much power, he didn't care. He just played around with his food a little bit, and then he started freaking walking Leo Santa Cruz down and punishing him. And Ryan Garcia, man, he can call out Gervonta Davis all he wants. I don't think he's ready for Gervonta. Hey, what's good, bro?
What's good, my brother? How you doing? Happy New Year, brother.
It was
Happy
good.
New Year's, man. I just wanted to make sure it was you. What's good, man? I got Dion Washington out of Tuscaloosa, that Major Key.
Yes, sir. Yeah. They haven't been really trolling my name anymore. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that continues like that. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
what you think about the fight,
sir, man? I agree. Like I was just saying that right now. Like one of the things also that I noticed that he needs to work on is the fact that he was fighting a southpaw and he kept his foot on the inside, and he didn't. That's why he was off balance the whole time. That's why he got caught with that left shot. You know what I'm saying? And it's a matter of understanding that if your opponent is a southpaw and you're orthodox, you need to keep your foot on the outside. And what he was doing was falling into the trap until, his speed kind of saved him in this fight, because if it wasn't for that, if it was somebody with equal amount of speed, then he would have gotten dropped. You know what I'm saying? Even more.
That's why his foot was on the inside, though. Major Key. That's why he kept his foot on this. He didn't care. He felt he was a faster fighter. He wasn't concerned.
Yeah, but that's a flaw right there, because you're gonna run into somebody, you know what I'm saying, where you doubt their speed or their timing. Put it like that. He not necessarily just speed, but timing. And that person's gonna time you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have their foot on the right pivot, and they're gonna catch you on the way in. And I feel like he showed a couple of flaws today. I don't think he gonna fight right now anybody like a Tank or a Tio. But let's put him to the test with somebody like Haney. You know what I'm saying? Because I think both of them need to really like clear the name right now.
Hey, bro, he had more than a couple of flaws.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
his chin is a flaw. I'm not talking about him getting knocked down. I'm talking about it being in the air like a kite. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And some of the combinations that he was sending, it seems like he's doing the drills. You know what I'm saying? When he got Luke Campbell up against the ropes and he was letting go his combination, it seems like he was doing the drill. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Dion, what you thought about his combinations when he finally got off his combinations some of the time?
Well, yeah, he was getting off good combinations, but at the same time, the zone crew, they wasn't giving Luke Campbell enough credit for blocking a lot of those shots. Correct. I know I was watching the telecast and I was watching from home. I don't know if you probably made it to the fight or not, but I was watching from home, man. They weren't giving Luke Campbell no credit for blocking a lot of those shots. And then I saw one punch stat like in the third round, and it said Ryan Garcia had landed like 42 power shots. And I'm like, this third round,
gonna be biased, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, come on, man. But that's expected. But I just, with the whole Ryan Garcia situation, man, I think it's a big four. And at 135, I think it's a big four. The big four is T.O., Devin, Tank, and Loma. And then you have that next tier of four guys with your Nakatani, your Comays, Robert Easter, and probably Ryan right there, man, because man, you got to throw him a few bones before you throw him in there with anybody in that top four guy in that top four group. Because if you throw him in there and with any of those top four guys, you ruin Ryan right now. And they need to make him realize that.
Let me ask you a question, because I kind of forgot, because you were doing two different tiers. So who did you say was the top four as far as?
Yeah, your top four is you got Loma, Teofimo, Tank, and you got Devin. You throw him. That's the top four guys, and then your second four is your Ryan, your Jorge Linares, your Richard Coleman, and Nakatani.
So ask you this though, because I agree with Tio, right, and I agree with Lomachenko, right. But right now, like, so you figure that at the end of this year, the Davis, yes, but he was fighting a lesser competition. I'll put Davis there too, as a matter of fact, because I'm not even gonna lie. I think right now, one of them, if they fight each other, Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, one of them get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And that's just facts. Like they both lack defense, but they both have power. You know what I'm saying? And Davis seems a little like he got a better chin on him because he's never been dropped. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Haney, though, I got to question that. And the only reason why is because, all we've seen from him since he's got in his championship belt, you know what I'm saying, is Gamboa. You know what I'm saying? Like, after coming off an injury, you know what I'm saying? Everybody feels like he's wise, he's old, you know what I'm saying? And then it took him 12 rounds, it was a 12-round decision. So when you look at Ryan Garcia, I feel like he actually, even though he doesn't have that belt, I feel like he's actually accomplished more this year than Haney has. Would you disagree with that?
I mean, no, that's somewhat, you could relate that, but at the same time, I feel like, yeah, okay, so if we're gonna do it like that, yeah, if we're gonna play the pyramid game, I understand your point, but then at the same time, all right, are we going to put emphasis on belts or are we going to put emphasis on followers?
No. Neither. It's about performance. I'm not going to be unfair and say about followers. I'm not going to say nothing about the belt, because let's be honest with you. It was given to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I agree with that too. It was given to him 3 times. Scotty. I've been on 3 or 4 screens where Scotty has emphasized that more than enough. So believe me, we know he's the 3-time email champion. I mean, yeah. going the
Yes,
distance with
been on panels
Gamboa.
with me
Yeah,
as well,
but I
talking to
understand.
Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? So like, like we've been on the same panel before, talking with Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? And so the fact of the matter is that I would like to see Haney. I feel like Haney, no matter what, is good. He's definitely going to be somebody. But I don't feel like right now it's fair to say that, because then we just assuming, even though we see the talent there, we see the skills, but we've seen that in a lot of people before, and which haven't actually excelled the way that we expected them to. So I just feel like, just to be fair, you know what I'm saying, I feel like Ryan Garcia pretty much made a bigger statement than Haney. But do I feel like he's top tier? I would still, I would say, instead of the 4 that you gave, I would just leave it at 3 at this moment.
Okay. I mean, I can respect
I
that.
I wouldn't alternate it. I wouldn't alternate it. So, you know what I'm saying? To take away from nobody, but I would just say that let's leave it at 3 instead of 4.
Okay. Well, we'll go with the 3.
All right, cool.
So y'all extracted Haney off the top 4.
Yeah. I can tend to agree, because
so you had Richard Comey. So you're
no, I'm
saying,
talking about that second 4. That second tier was Richard Comey, Nakatani, I'm trying to remember. Linares, and who else did I name?
And Ryan Garcia and Haney.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia. Yeah, so you just we'll instead of having a top 4, we'll have a top 3, and then the second tier will be 5 with Haney added on with that other 4.
Now hold up. You said Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez,
and Tank is the top 3.
Yeah, Tank, and what was the 4th one that you had?
I had Haney, but I agree with him as far as based on performance. Haney.
Why you ain't have Nakatani?
Well, I have Nakatani in that second tier.
Shit, Nakatani is in the first tier. You ain't never had anybody on there.
Hey, I think
Nakatani is a beast.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. If Ryan was fighting Nakatani tonight, he don't walk out that thing with a win.
That's what I'm saying, man. People sleeping on him because he's a Japanese fighter, man.
Yeah, I agree with you with that.
Masayoshi Nakatani, if you're going to talk about top tier, Nakatani is in the running, especially stopping. You're talking about a guy who got off the canvas just the same way Ryan did.
Yeah.
And he stopped a guy in Felix Verdejo who dropped him twice.
Yeah.
And he ended up stopping him. So you go off one, you go off the caliber opponent in Felix Verdejo versus Luke Campbell. I mean, Luke Campbell's an Olympian, right? But he has lost to some big names. And then you look at Felix Verdejo, he was once a solid contender, but he got into a little issue. He was on his rise back up, but he can box. But Nakatani is definitely a threat, man.
Yeah. Oh no, I never said he wasn't a threat. I'm just
talking, generalizing. Yeah, I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just saying generalizing.
Yeah, so I love Nakatani. I think Tio would be in a fight for his life if he gave Nakatani a rematch.
So what do you think, Major Key, as far as Ryan Garcia? Who should be next to fight Teofimo Lopez?
I would. All right. So just to shut everybody up, I like on both sides. I would like to see him fight Haney just to see it. You know what I mean? Just to see it. But
and that's sensible. That's sensible, Major Key. That's sensible right there. Because he shouldn't get a title shot for the unifications with Teofimo Lopez. No way. Not off tonight. No way.
No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not. Ryan Garcia wasn't even the question for me, because Ryan Garcia needs again, like he needs some work. You know what I mean? And that was exposed tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna go back to the drawing board after this. I'm pretty sure that's why you look at the celebration. He jumping all on top of people. He jumped on Canelo's hips. You know what I'm saying? Like, he
was on everybody's hips, to be honest.
Jumped on everybody's hips. You know what I'm saying? He was excited. Because it was a war. So with that being said, the fact that he's so excited, it shows you that he was happy to get out of that. So I mean, they're gonna need to go back to the drawing board and figure out, where the kinks in the arm are, and standing from outside like we watching the fight, and as pugilists, we can see what's going on. We can see, he's leaving his chin up high. You know what I'm saying? He needs a little better defense. He needs to work on his footwork. He really wasn't bouncing around flat-footed and leaving his foot on the inside. With the southpaw, when you're orthodox, like all of those little things, man, they add up in a fight, especially when you're dealing with a Golden Glove, or I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying, like a gold Olympian. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask y'all this, man. Out of Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis, being that they closed out 2020, right? Where do you rate the Devin Haney performance against Gamboa and Gervonta Davis, performance against Leo Santa Cruz, comparable to the Ryan Garcia performance against Luke Campbell? How do you rate them 1 through 3? Because them some of the top names in lightweight. So what do you rate their performance out of the 3? 1 being the top dog, 2, 3, etc.
So as I stated before, for me, Ryan Garcia actually just faced a harder challenge, but it showed flaws in his game as well. Even though he got the victory, he got the knockout, he did get dropped himself. So Tank fought a smaller opponent that was moving up, right? And but he did KO him. He got a little bit of work, from Leo Santa Cruz and it was always a question of, can Leo Santa Cruz, take his punch? Because I projected that on paper, there's no way that, that he's going to take Tank's punch. So he should win. It's just a matter of if Leo Santa Cruz can take the punch, because we all know that he lets his hands go. But obviously, that didn't work out for Leo Santa Cruz. He got knocked out. So it was kind of predictable. With this one, a lot of people were saying more like it was a 50-50 fight. And then Haney was lackluster, to be honest with you, with that whole performance with the washed out Gamboa. So I wasn't impressed. Third would be Haney for me. with Davis, I feel like it's second because we expected that. And then with this one with Ryan Garcia, there was some adversity that he had to overcome. And nobody really expected it to be like that. You know what I mean? Like getting dropped and then coming back and then, KO with the body punch. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give Ryan Garcia, just to be fair, number 1 when it comes to those 3. And I said that actually in a video earlier, a couple of weeks ago, that I thought that, hey, if he fought Luke Campbell and beat him with a knockout, that would be more impressive than what's happened so far. So I got to stick to that point.
What about you there, Dion?
I kind of got it in different order. Of course, we both agreed with Devin at 3, because Scotty, me and you were in Atlanta last year this time when we saw Tank systematically dismantle Gamboa right after the LSU game. So we were there and in the State Farm Arena. And watch that. So 2, I actually have Ryan at 2. A lot of people gave Luke Campbell a lot of credit, but at the same time, man, if you paid attention, a lot of people are not really big on those UK guys because the UK guys, they all have the same style. I mean, no matter the color, no matter the race of the fighter or whatever, all of them have the same style. They struggle fighting on the back foot. They're gonna stand right in front of you, and they struggle with athletic fighters. Yes, Ryan had to get off. He did have to come off the ground to get this victory, but at the same time, I don't think the other 2 guys hit the ground if they fought Luke Campbell. But to get him out of there before Lomachenko did, in which Lomachenko had to go the whole distance with Luke Campbell, it does say something about, just because it was at the 135 pound weight limit. Yes, everybody's going to have a criticism with my number 1 pick, because I do have Tank number 1 because he did dismantle a fellow pound for pound fighter that was on the list, no matter the contractual weight. Yes, the contractual weight was 130, but they did fight for 135 pound championship as well. But that's the reason I give Tank the leg up, because he dismantled another pound for pound opponent on the list. We can't not discredit that. And a lot of the things, I don't want to segue off of your question, though, Scotty, but a lot of the things we kind of got to stop doing. I just, personal opinion, we get a lot of people get mad at the dominance of a Shakur Stevenson or a master class of a Terrence Crawford or a master class of any other fighter. But then, you know, when it comes to some fighters, their wins are getting overshadowed. I just kind of think, you know, we gotta stay on code all the way across somewhere with that. And that's just my personal opinion. I'm not, you know, attacking no one's opinion. That's just kind of how I think it needs to be.
Yeah, with boxing fans, and good points by both of y'all. First of all, with boxing fans, man, you know, some people enjoy knockouts and some enjoy the sweet science. And I actually believe that Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz was number one. And this is my reason. He's a 4-division champion. I was at the fight. I have no idea when on one side of the narrative they say the Tank is small as shit, and you know he's very small and he can't do too much. He's never going to move up to 140. But then when he goes back to a division where he just came from as a champion, and he fights Leo Santa Cruz. I'm looking at Leo Santa Cruz size. I'm looking at Gervonta. I didn't see a significant size advantage at all. I'm talking about period. I was right next to the ring. Floyd was to my right, inside the barrier. I was right there looking because I wanted to see, okay, what is everybody talking about? What is this size? So I'm looking, and it wasn't no size difference, man. Leo Santa Cruz was a little bit taller than Tank. I rate him number one because at no point in time when Leo Santa Cruz was landing his shots that I believe that Tank Davis was in serious trouble. I believe he handled the punishment that he was taking well because, for one, he wanted to be in the pocket. He wanted to pull that energy from Leo Santa Cruz, which he did. And once he starts to walk Leo Santa Cruz down, when he felt his power and it wasn't effective, he did a damn good job with it, and he was able to be successful with setting up the finish. Definitely have to give Gervonta Davis more credit for returning back to a division for which he just came out of. Like Gervonta Davis' first fight at 135 was with who? Gamboa. Gamboa, dog. I mean, come on. He hasn't really did too much, but I just asked for the performance because they are at 135. That belt was on the line. And Leo Santa Cruz 130-pound championship was on the line. But at the contractual rate, weight, like Dion said, that shit was 130, man. I don't know why people talking about, Leo Santa Cruz was small. Hell no. And then the second one, in my opinion, was even though Devin Haney did not get knocked down, all right, I still have to rate him being third in this equation and give Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell second, because I like what Ryan Garcia was able to do after he was knocked down. It was exciting to watch him fight. He has a lot of flaws, but he still went out there and contended. And he didn't give up to the point where he was just being extremely reckless. He listened to Reynoso tell him to calm the fuck down, just box, the knockout will come. Because the man has a lot of pressure to go in there and show and prove, and he did it. And you know what else I liked about Ryan? He said, God damn it, I was tripping, I said, damn, he dropped me. I got dropped. And his attitude was just like, damn, he probably won more fans over with the way he acted in the post-fight conference. I appreciate it. That's all. So that's my lineup.
Yeah, man. I gotta for the same reasons is why I picked the opposite though, but it's arguable. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, absolutely, always.
I ain't mad at nothing what y'all saying because that's the reason you posed the question. That's why we had to articulate it. But I have to agree with who's the brother on the panel?
Dion Washington. He's he actually up there in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He went to school with Deontay and everything. He known Deontay Wilder for a long time.
Well, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, peace to you. Happy New Year. Well, one thing I wanted to say, because he was right about, people looking at a performance and saying, not giving credit because it looked easy. One name you left off is Canelo. Canelo just beat Callum Smith, and everybody.
I was talking about lightweight division, Major Key.
Huh?
Lightweight division competitors. I didn't
Yeah,
say.
no, but he brought up Terrence Crawford also. He was saying that the people,
yeah.
he was saying that the people that get overlooked just because they make it look easy.
Yeah,
you know what
go
I'm
ahead.
saying?
Yeah.
Which is true. Which is true. That's what I'm saying. Because he just beat and I'm sorry, we could bring back to 135, but I'm just trying to bring that point home that he was saying, because just like Canelo beat Callum Smith, arguably number one at 168, depending on who you're talking about, right? And then he made it look easy. So then, like, it validated for the people that he was saying that he was cherry picking somebody. They're like, oh yeah, you see how easy he beat him. Everybody knew that was going to happen. But you know what I'm saying? He was the number one. So if everybody knows that that's going to happen, then I don't even know why people are questioning if he's going to be Plant or Billy Joe Saunders. You know what I'm saying? I know styles make fights, but and let's be honest. He beat the number one at 168. But he's not getting credit because he made it look easy.
No, he's getting credit. We can't say he's not getting credit. You can't take the sprinkles or the pockets of the individual and say he ain't getting credit. He has to get credit, because if someone is a super champion, as they call it, the WBA has so many belts. But if Callum Smith is a super champion, he gets credit, Canelo, for defeating a super champion, just like he would if he fought Billy Joe Sanders, just like he did if he was to fight Caleb Plant. Man, we got to stop sitting up here saying, okay, we ain't familiar with old boy, so we just gonna put him in the trash can as being a worthy opponent. No, man, he was the champion. You know what I'm saying? Was he not undefeated?
Yeah, I agree, but you see, I know that, but just as Dion stated earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of folks over here look at it, oh, European guy, oh, familiar style, Canelo's cherry picking, that's going to be easy to dominate. You know what I'm saying? Blase, and on YTBC right now, that's what's going on. They're like, oh, he's cherry picked, you know what I mean? And now he's going to fight Abner Yildirim, which is the mandatory. So I mean, I hate to divert away from 135, because that's what we were talking about. But that was my quick point, real quick.
I mean, when it comes to cherry picking, Canelo is cherry picking, but that doesn't mean
he's mandatory, man. Abner is mandatory, bro. They said it before the fight.
Correct, but he was the same one trying to pick Abner Yildirim to fight for the vacant WBC title too. Like,
no,
we all know
Abner
Yildirim.
Oh, he didn't, bro. Come on, man. I made a video about this, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He was trying to zone, turned it down.
I feel you. I feel what you're saying, though, my man. But at one instant, I mean, and like I said, I want to stay on code, because I believe in staying on code, because we can't make an exception for one fighter and not hold the same thing for the other fighter. We can't yell and beat on the desk and stand on the desk and stomp our feet when it comes down to saying unifications trump mandatories, but we allow a fighter to go ahead and take a mandatory when we know we want a unification. That's my whole just, and I'm gonna stay on code with that.
So with unification, though, because from what I understand, that code is with undisputed. So when it comes down to it, right? Here's the thing. Let me clarify that, because again, I said this before. When everybody was saying Canelo was cherry picking, Canelo decided to move down from 175 to 168. David Benavidez lost his belt on the scales, so the WBC belt was vacant. Who's the franchise champion? Canelo. Everybody had to go ahead and bid for the fight, right? So Canelo got first dibs, obviously, because he's the franchise champion. So now it wasn't even a matter of if Canelo was going to get it. Once he put his name in the hat, he was going to get it. Now it's who the WBC decides to put against him. And they put Abner Yildirim because he was the mandatory at that time. Then the zone said no, because they felt like it wouldn't bring enough of an attraction. That's when he started the litigation against everybody. After that, he went and called out Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant said too short notice. Okay, well, Callum Smith was up to the task, just like Canelo was training throughout the whole COVID situation. Apparently, Callum Smith was as well, which we should be doing if you're getting millions of dollars for your job. You know what I mean? You should be on point like that. But anyway, I digress. But the point is that he took the step aside so that those two can fight for that belt. And then they said it before the fight, whoever wins this fight, Abner Yildirim is mandatory. So it's not a cherry pick. He has to. It was already written into the program.
Yeah, he has to. I understand he has to, Abney Yildirim, because like I said before, you said the zone didn't turn down that fight. He was trying to get Abney Yildirim before he went up there and fought Callum Smith. He was trying to get Abney Yildirim before that, but they said no. They said no. He was trying to get him for the WBC vacant title, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't a unification or anything. It was like, okay, I didn't call up Callum Smith to fight, and that WBC title is vacant. We really didn't know what the hell they was going to do with that, because David Benavidez, at one point in time after he was stripped, they placed him up there at the light heavyweight division, and then he had to petition to say, "Hey, I'm still competing at a super middleweight. What are you doing? Don't blackball me like that. I'm still competing at super middleweight." So they moved him back into the rankings at super middleweight. But Canelo actually tried to fight Abney Yildirim for the WBC, which he himself, I mean, come on, you have to think, fighting for a vacant WBC title with your mandatory Abney Yildirim, do he really deserve that shit? I mean, I didn't think they deserved the fight for a vacant WBC title. He could
He put his name in the hat. That's what I'm trying to say to y'all. Like, I remember the timeline very clearly because I was talking about this with a lot of folks. I'm trying to tell you, like, it was a timeline where the belt was vacated by David Benavidez when he lost it on the scales, and so they had to pretty much put their names in the hat as to who wanted to fight for the vacant, and so Canelo put his name in there. Who the WBC chose was Abney Yildirim. It wasn't that Canelo requested Abney Yildirim. He was requesting to fight for the WBC vacant belt. Whoever the WBC chose was Abney Yildirim. And that's what I'm trying to say.
So that's kind of fucked up if the WBC selected Abney Yildirim and the zone turned it down. Who's more fucked up? The zone or freaking WBC?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why would they?
And then at the same time,
that's why he went into litigation.
Yeah, and then at the same time, it was a video drop where Suleiman has said that Canelo requested Yildirim for the WBC belt, so that's another variable. But I really wanted to stay at 135, but since we're here, I might as well chime in. The reason I call Canelo a cherry picker is that same 160 WBC belt. He's vacated that belt twice, and no one is talking about that.
I give you credit with that. He also just dropped
he just dropped the 160-pound belt. That's what I'm saying. He vacated that belt twice. Yes, he vacated that belt and gave it to Golovkin earlier, and then he just vacated it today just so he won't have the pressure to fight Charlo. That's why I feel like he's a cherry picker, because I still enjoy boxing. I still go back and watch boxing when it was 70s, 80s, and early 90s fights. I still go back and watch those fights because those are the fights that keep my fire for boxing. A lot of these recent fights, I'm almost to the point now in the sport of boxing where I just want to watch the young, hungry lions. Once they get up to a certain point and then they go on to the money game, I just really don't even want to be involved in that anymore. I just want to watch the fighters working up, coming up hungry, because those are the guys that keep my fire for the sport alive. Because all of these mandatory ducking, all of the networks blocking fights, all of these guys not being man enough and wanting to fight each other, that's how come like Hagler Hearns and man. I mean, do you really realize what like? I really wish I could have grew up in the 80s watching those fights, man, because we're not getting that in this era of boxing. We're not, or we're getting it where it's too late and the guys are all the way over the hill.
Yeah, man, I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to the to the Canelo ducking situation with Charlo, he did drop the belt. He did say that he wanted to unify 168. He did fight and beat a champion at 175. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that he has a resume of ducking anybody. You know what I'm saying? He may be the A side and may want to select the fights and make him more money when he's putting his health on the line. You could call that what you want.
Was ducking used though? Was somebody say ducking? I think
cherry picking.
Yeah, cherry picking ain't ducking. You know,
I mean,
but to the extreme.
Come on, Scotty. Come on. That's semantics right there. Come on.
I feel
semantics. We got to use semantics in this though, because it's different for every fighter though. You know what I'm saying? Because cherry picking,
but not for me. For some people, but that's what I'm trying to point out. But that's what I'm saying. Because I agreed with the gentleman the first time when he said that Terrence Crawford gets overlooked because he makes it look easy. Like that's what I'm trying to say. So it's not just about Canelo. That just led me to Canelo because he left Canelo's name out. So that's why I talked about him at the beginning, because that's basically what's going on with him right now. But at the end of the day, I completely agree. It is for us. For me, it's not like that. Like where I see it different for one boxer and for another boxer. I see the game all in clear eyes. You know what I'm saying? I got 20/20 vision with my third eye. You know what I'm saying? So I understand everything that's going on. But most people tend to not understand that. They want to side with certain things that they hear on YouTube, but not actually do their own research. You know what I mean? And then what happens is we get into discussions with people. They start, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. They get all angry and shit like that. But, as gentlemen right here, we chopping it up. And I agree with the gentleman, like I said. You know what I mean? And so all I got to say, though, I just disagree with the cherry picking part, because I don't feel like Canelo has shown a track record. I feel like he's the A side. And, yeah, he may act like a diva, like, some people may call him. I can respect that, because he's just taking that money and taking it to the bank and looking out for his health. He's trying to exit the game before he runs out of money. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to stack up that money, exit the game with a legacy behind him, and that's that. And I can't blame the dude for doing that.
Canelo, he's only one fighter. I don't know why people are all up in arms like it's an anarchy. Canelo, in my opinion, is a top pound for pound fighter, in my opinion. But just because we say, I say that he's cherry picking some of his fights, it's not an adverse, it's not a bad thing to discredit his entire career. He's just at a point right now, he is the cash cow. He's able to make those decisions to fight who the hell he want to fight. I don't discredit Canelo for doing what he's doing, because anybody in his position that can make those command decisions, they may potentially do it the exact same way Canelo is doing. He's still getting paid top dollar to go out here and fight. Even though Rocky Fielding was absolutely, in my opinion, a cherry pick, but he got the job done. Who was Rocky Fielding? He stopped him with a body shot in the third round, man. I'm like, come on. And then, what are all the other competitive light heavyweights that's on there? Was it a tougher opponent out there other than Sergey Kovalev? Absolutely. Did he face the older Sergey Kovalev and defeat him? Yes, he did. Would somebody say it was a cherry pick because he felt he can go in there and face a degrading Sergey?
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a freaking adverse thing to basically cancel out his entire career. That would be absurd. That's bias. That's
exactly, because
bias right there.
If you do that, you're absolutely right, Scotty. Because if you do that, then you'd have to cancel out Mayweather's career, because he was the A side. He started selecting things that where he knew that he was going to make more money. You know what I'm saying? And still put on a see, somebody who says Mayweather at a certain point in his career didn't cherry pick.
I can't give you that. I can't give you that.
Oh, you don't have to give me that.
I would like to explain. I would like the chance to explain though. Floyd fought everybody off their best win.
I don't agree with that at all.
All right. Who was McDonald's best win before Broner?
So Maidana lost to Khan.
I feel you. I mean, but
so when exactly you just said that he fought everybody off of their best win. So it was Broner. That's what you're trying to tell me?
No, I mean Broner. I mean, I said before Broner, who was Maidana's best win?
Right. So you're saying that Broner was his best win, because the question you posed at the beginning was
it was.
Okay. All right.
Ghost Guerrero. He had just beat. I can't. It's not coming right to me, but he was just off his best win.
So where do you put Broner right now in the Hall of Fame or statistically in the last?
I mean, we can't. All right, just like we said, if we gonna use the same thing with Canelo, where if we gonna feel like he's cherry picking and it's gonna diminish his resume, we can't do that with Broner. Broner fought everybody. He was really the can man, and at the same time, I think
he skipped 140.
And he skipped 140, and I think he was still 3 or 4 division world champion. So yeah, Broner will be a Hall of Famer.
Three division, but yeah, I agree with that on Mayweather, not on Broner. Broner is like, you know, B class to me. He's B class. He had the potential.
But Broner was the can man. Like I said, he didn't duck anybody. Everybody could get it.
Yeah. But then he got it.
But like I said, okay, we can't make that argument for Canelo as far as the cherry picking part, and not make that same argument for AB. That's all I'm saying.
What I was saying was that Canelo himself is the A shot, and so what he's doing is trying to make sure that he gets rewarded for what he puts himself through right now, which is the same analogy that I was bringing with Mayweather. So, I mean, there's no disrespect to Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? Because I purchased every single, I'm going to tell you, since 2007, since the De La Hoya fight, I paid for every single Mayweather, every single Cotto, and every single Pacquiao pay-per-view until they all retired. And still, for Pacquiao, I'm still, if he goes and does a pay-per-view, I'm still paying for his. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I paid for every single one.
Yeah, and I feel you. I think Shane Mosley had just beat who Shane Mosley had just beat to get that fight. He had just beat somebody to get that fight. Victor Ortiz had just beat Berto, I think, to get the fight. Cotto had just beat I can't remember who Cotto beat, but he had just beat somebody and got the fight. Canelo, arguably, really, a lot of people still feel like Trout beat him, but he struggled and got the victory versus Trout and got the Floyd fight. He fought everybody off their best win. That's all I'm saying. Canelo seems to fight everybody off their worst loss.
He could have fought Thurman instead of Berto, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I mean, but okay. Again, if you're gonna make the same argument as far as Saul has the A side capability, use the same thing for Floyd. Floyd had just gave you a Pacquiao fight. He deserved to fight anybody he needed to fight on his way out the door.
So Canelo.
I mean, we gotta stay on code. That's all I'm saying. If we gonna use the argument for one fighter, we got to use the same logic for the same fighter. That's all I'm saying.
I am. But the thing is that I don't feel like there's enough credit being given to Canelo right now. It's like he's cherry picking. But
enough credit isn't given to. Look, Major Key. Enough credit is not given to Canelo from certain individuals. Not everyone. Period. Y'all, you will have to understand that, Major Key. I know you're a big Canelo fan. I give Canelo his credit.
I'm a boxing fan first, though.
Correct, but you're a Canelo fan. It's no problem with saying that shit. I like to see Canelo fight too. But then, I turn around and say, okay, Crawford, I like to see him fight too. When it comes to boxing, they perform well. But not one time have you heard me say, well, I put Crawford as the top pound for pound strictly off his resume. You never heard me say that shit. No. You know what I'm saying? You can't. But in the same sense, if I say Canelo cherry picking a bit, we're talking about Anthony Yarde, who was ranked 27. Black and Brown said that okay, we have to say Charlo. This don't have anything to do with Charlo because Charlo isn't on the same level as Canelo. Not even close. When have you ever heard me say the Charlo brothers are on the same level as Canelo? Y'all have to get this comparison with the black and Hispanics out the motherfucking door. Canelo is a top pound for pound for a reason.
It got nothing to do with that. It got nothing to do with race at all.
If he's saying he's cherry picking, which Anthony Yarde wasn't anything special. I don't care how many times they yell lines in the camp. And then Kovalev, he was coming off that KO loss to Lito Alvarez. He went back and regained his belt. And then Anthony Yarde, no one special. It's no one freaking special, period. He had a two fight win streak heading into there with Saul Canelo Alvarez, and he was defeated. But he is an older boxer in the game, and the other champions that's in that division is younger than Sergey. Sergey had his time, but he's 37 years old, man.
Yeah, man. But he was the name in that division, though. You know what I mean?
Correct. Hey, I'm not denying that. But what consists? Let me ask you this, Major Key. What consists of a cherry pick? Is it one decision for an opponent? Two fighters?
No. I think that we've lost touch with what a cherry pick is. A cherry pick is somebody that is really no name, like, you know what I mean, and just like you're choosing to fight them because you don't have a mandatory, you don't have no mando, you don't have no unification fight, and now, or you have a unification or undisputed fight, and you choose to fight somebody with no name because you want to say it's a step up or something like along those lines. It's a collected check. That's to me is a cherry pick. But if you got a mando or you got somebody that is number one in that weight division, whether it's arguable or not, the fact that it's arguable makes them still in the question, right? Like Callum Smith. What I'm saying is that that's not a cherry pick. You know what I'm saying? You could talk about Rocky Fielding all day long. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about Kovalev all day long. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It was a legitimate fight. Just because he made it look easy,
about Callum Smith a cherry pick.
He made it look easy, right? Which is what we began this conversation on. Just because he made it look easy, like Terrence Crawford made Jeff Horn look easy because this and this and that, and he made other fighters look easy, bro. It's just because they're that good. It's not a cherry pick, man. You know what I'm saying?
But why boxing cannot compare a top fighter to if Canelo is Mexican, right? Why can he be compared to another Mexican fighter when it comes to individuals out here saying he's cherry picking or he's not doing? Why is it has to be Canelo comparable to another black fighter? Because of those the top names in the division. The selection process is dense, so the only the selection is minimal, so you have to compare. Why is that the comparison? Because I think that's kind of like an uproar and what we've been experiencing lately. Mexican is compared to black, and then people get crazy about it. But
Scotty, I can't answer that question because I'm not one of those folks. I don't compare it like that. And
I'm just asking generalization there, Major Key. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We've talked on the phone about this, and I'm as disappointed as you are with the disruption of the YTBC right now. So I can't answer that question for you. You're gonna have to pull one of them dudes onto your live and talk to them about that. But me myself, it has nothing to do with color, bro. I got red kids, you know what I'm saying? I got black family members, you know what I'm saying? We've already talked about this, man. I'm not gonna go deep with that.
No. I was asking you because you can articulate yourself. You can speak in depth on it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was asking you that.
Them. I can't articulate myself for them, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, because their point, I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Their point, I don't understand, bro. I mean, I try to talk to them about it, but then I get frustrated. I leave live streams when they start going that way. I leave live streams with people that I've been cool with. I'll leave the live stream and just shut myself down and just be in the chat because I'm not fucking with that. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna hear that shit when I go live. You know what I'm saying? When I go live, you're not gonna hear none of that shit. You know what I mean? Because I'll be damned if somebody try to interrupt my shit. You know what I'm saying? With some racial shit. That's dead to me. You know what I mean?
No, we're gonna keep it strictly boxing, bro. And I'll be honest with you, Scotty. I'm reading the chat. A lot of the guys want to talk about Ryan, so and we can get back on that.
Back over to Ryan Garcia.
Let's do that. But I mean, this was kind of like it was still like
Beyond. You're the one who took it off topic.
I didn't. Well, my bad, man. I ain't trying to take over your show. That's why I want to be part of you.
But back to Ryan Garcia, man. Right now, I know it's going to be some people up there believing that Ryan Garcia is ready for a big fight with Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Davis. Nah. He don't deserve a fight with Teo, first of all. Not even close. And I definitely don't think that he should get a fight with Gervonta Davis, because as much as people want to talk about Gervonta ballooning up in weight in between fights and how undisciplined he is, he's a better boxer than Ryan Garcia. He's a better boxer, period. He has more power, and he is smart as shit in the ring. And I think Ryan Garcia need to take, 2 to 3 more good fights before he think about Gervonta Davis. Now, people may feel some type of way about that, but Luke Campbell dropped him, but Vasily Lomachenko hit him with a body shot and dropped him too. So what did he do so special? The only thing that Ryan Garcia did special was stop him. Okay. Vasily Lomachenko dropped him in the 11th too. I mean, hey, it's nothing special about him being dropped from a body shot. What's special, just a little bit, is the fact that he was able to stop him.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, that guy Eclipse 330. Show your face, man.
All right. Now, Scotty, I got a question for you, man. Like, take away the top three.
Hold up for a second. Let me see who this guy is right quick, Dion. Hey, what's going on, Eclipse? How you feel, bro?
Man, what's happening, Sky? What's good, man?
I'm chilling. First time I seen you on here.
No, it ain't, man. It's Michael Lewis, man. What's happening, man?
You in the motherfucking dark, dog, like you still celebrate New Year's and shit, dog. What's going on, Mike?
Every day's New Year's, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here living right now, man.
What's going on, Mike, man? Happy New Year's, bro. How you feel?
Man, all right, man. I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I wanted to talk about this fight because you know, we've been going in about this little Garcia, this fella for all year, and I see I wasn't wrong. Congratulations on the win, Ryan, but you gotta relax. He's gotta relax. Like, I don't think he's ready for that upper level work.
Nah.
Do you think he's ready for Devin Haney?
Man, listen, Devin and Haney, they'll go out there and have a nice little slap fight. He'll try to, Devin Haney will try to point him. He'll try to go for the knockdown, and that means he's either going to get his ass countered all night and it'll look like another Floyd Mayweather special, or he might actually surprise Devin because same thing like we said with Buck 50. I just don't think what Devin's going to do, you know what I'm saying, is somebody's long enough to keep touching that nose. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. I want to see what's going to happen, and Garcia does know how to use his length, so it would be entertaining, but I'm with you. I think he needs about 2 or 3 more fights, and then maybe talk to your camp about going on camera talking that shit.
All right. Hey, Mike. Hey, how you doing, man? Now, what 2, 3 fights? Like, if you were the matchmaker, what 2 or 3 fights would you recommend for Ryan before he tries one of those top 3 guys?
He kind of screwed himself by getting in front. He's got to do it. He's going to have to get some on-the-job training because you think if he does anything soft serve, if he does, even if he gets somebody who actually you don't know their name and and everything like that, they're going to say he's ducking and he's pump faking. I think he kind of promoted himself in the corner in the sense that, okay, you got your win, you went and got your whatever. But if anybody, like, I didn't watch the fight, I was just watching the highlights, and then I seen that Scott had this live going on, and so I tapped in, and I'm sitting there watching the highlights, like, yeah, see, I wasn't wrong. Like, what is he gonna do with somebody who can really exploit the fact you won't move your head? What is somebody gonna do that's gonna exploit the fact that you got that sort of Spanish machismo where you try to mix it up when you need to be boxing? Like, that was always. Like a lot of Latin fighters, I noticed that's a problem with them. That pride, sometimes they want to stand in the pocket a little too long, and it's Canelo can do it because he's got great
Canelo rolls with his punches. Beautiful.
Thank you, lateral and head movement. But you've seen even with all that movement when he fought against Floyd, that wasn't enough, and that's why he looks so good and dominant now. Because that Floyd loss is one of the best things for him as a boxer, because he got to see what the next level of true head and lateral movement looks like. About how to just stand right there. Remember, like me and you was talking about it like a month ago, Scott, about like that kind of Muay Thai where you're swerving like a snake with the hips, where you're right in front of them, although you're not touching me.
Yeah.
I never backed away. I never circled out, but I'm right in front of you. But you did not touch me because you just never had that angle to really hit me.
Yep.
You might have brushed up against my shoulder. You might have brushed up against my hip, but you did not actually land, land a blow. And I think that, I don't know, unless he sits down and talks with Canelo and they just sit there and talk about how Floyd whooped Canelo's ass doing that. I don't see Ryan learning that except for having to get up off the canvas. I will say this in closing. If he could keep winning coming off the canvas, that's that sort of true grit stuff and all like that people are going to love. And it's going to really boost his stock. Coming off the canvas to win, I'm no shade against him. That's beautiful. That's what boxing's all about.
I mean, they do praise some fighters for getting off the canvas now. They praise some fighters. Now, it'll get touchy real quick. if I go into detail now, they praise some fighters for getting off the canvas, not others. We just talking about Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner got off the canvas. Ain't nobody praising him
at all.
And look, how many times have Adrian Broner been on the canvas?
What, once?
He was on the canvas getting
Maidana, twice. Twice. I think
they sit up there and act like, oh God, he was garbage. He got dusted by Maidana, blah, blah, blah. But yet, other fighters get praised for getting off the canvas. Black fighters are not going to get praised for getting off the canvas, period.
Nah, because when you're a black fighter, you got to whitewash somebody. You got to knock them out and be over. You know, that was even look at the guff that Floyd gets. When Floyd got to the point where he realized it's safer to him to just appoint somebody out after 4 or 5 rounds. If I've established the lead and established you can't do nothing with me, why risk giving you that puncher's chance by mixing it up with you? And listen, he still got people shitting on his career now because no, he didn't go out there and just wash every opponent. No, he showed you boxing. It's the art of hitting without getting hit.
And to the point of Adrian Broner, you know, he lost that fight, so it was about getting up off the canvas and winning. You know what I'm saying? So,
and that's one of the best fights I will watch from Adrian Broner. Period. Is the one against Chino, because I mean that fight was, man, so entertaining. I mean, we're talking about a fighter who got a rude awakening from fucking off during the training camp, not taking Maidana seriously, and went in there and was dropped, and you know, and a couple of times, right? But yet he still finished the fight on his feet. But people have to understand, just like J8 said, AB has never got stopped. And that's why he's still able to come back and get these fights, because he's never got stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. That's very true. And to be honest with you, my people know Zay. Like I was telling you, my people know AB real well, and that was kind of the reason why we found him. And that's my guy still, but that's why we fuck with him, because like that Maidana fight, technically, no shade to Maidana. Anybody who knows anything about AB knows he was fucking off that whole fight camp. Oh, yeah. I mean, he was fucking off so hard. So you did not get the best AB, and still he did not get stopped. Yes, he got whooped on, but he did not get stopped.
Yeah, he got whooped on, no doubt, but he did not get stopped, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think like they looking at the Cepeda and Baranchik fight. Yeah, them guys are down on the canvas several times, and people's like, man, that was an epic thriller, FOTY. But if that was ever Floyd, in a sense of coming off the canvas like that, he's a bum. He got a damn suspect fragile chin. I mean, he's overrated. You know, I mean, when Sugar Shane connected on Floyd 3 times, and Floyd was able to survive it, his stock went up.
Yeah, man. First of all, when Shane hit Floyd and his feet stayed planted, but his whole entire upper body leaned and almost his damn side of his head hit the canvas, but it was like his legs and his will just refused to let him fall. And then he leaned back and looked at that man and said, okay, motherfucker, you're going to have to kill me. And kept working and got rocked again and kept working. I said, look at this. Like, I love Floyd, but it was the Zab Judah and the Shane Mosley fight that made me say, there's a dog in there. And y'all got to understand that he intentionally, like, he's doing that for a reason when he doesn't just whitewash a fighter, because he saw that, like in the Zab Judah or in the Shane Mosley fight, that when he already establishes a lead, why give this person a chance to do something like that?
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask the panel this. Somebody said this, which it'd be amazing if this comes out the blue, because damn, Gary Russell did not even fight in 2020. You know what I'm saying? But what if Gary Russell was to come up to 35 and fight Ryan? What do y'all see about that fight? That'd be a damn good fight.
I like that.
Ryan gets stopped.
Exactly.
Ryan gets stopped.
What you think about that matchup, man?
I'm sorry, you said Ryan Garcia who?
If Gary Russell decides to come up to 35 and face Garcia.
No, I don't think he gets stopped, man. I think you're dealing with speed there, and the whole problem is that Ryan Garcia has proven he's got power. So I mean, if we down him against a tank, you know what I mean? Like how we even putting Gary Russell in the mix with that. Like mouth is mouth, but in the ring is a whole different story.
Doubting who against Tank?
Hmm?
Doubting who against Tank? I mean,
Ryan Garcia because of the fact that he's got some shit to work on. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is why I advocate Gary Russell Jr. stopping Ryan. Yes, Ryan might be a bigger person, but at the same time, Ryan has no inside fighting game at all. And Mr. Gary Russell Jr. can fight on the inside, the outside. He can slip your punches. And we also saw how much Ryan struggled with the footwork of Luke Campbell as a southpaw, and Gary Russell is 10 times better athletically than Luke Campbell. I think Gary Russell would old man him to death. That's just my opinion. And Ryan has no inside fighting game. If Ryan doesn't have you at a mid distance or outside distance, he's nullified as a fighter. That's the same thing. That's why I give Tank the upper hand, because of Tank's inside fighting game, and he'll smother Ryan and beat his body up. It won't be fair. It'll be a glorified, but it'll be Mayweather Baltimore.
I doubt that. I think at the end of the day, and I'm about to top it off anyway, but I think at the end of the day, he's gonna realize fighting Ryan Garcia that he's glad that Terrence Crawford and him never fought in the ring on a professional level.
I mean, I think I actually I agree with Major Key, because it's for the same reasons. With Ryan's lack of inside game and him being more of a mid-range and a distance fighter, that goes back to what I said about, I think Ryan would be entertaining with him and Devin Haney, but I don't think we'd get our true money's worth or get any resolution. Might end up getting sucked into a trilogy or something that's just going to take up a lot of time or energy, and it'll almost be kind of like how Keith Thurman held the weight division hostage with his BS. You know what I'm saying? I just think that his inside game isn't good, and his lack of movement, especially the head movement, especially being a pretty boy, somebody's coming for that face. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just see when he goes into the higher levels and really starts dealing with somebody who will smack him. Devin doesn't really have power. That's why I give Ryan a chance in the Devin thing. But Tank gonna get inside and Tank gonna touch him.
Tank doesn't mind,
right,
getting touched up to just kind of, test your temperature, your heart, your intensity all at the same time. He got dog in him, man. Tank Davis have dog, even though he's fucking undisciplined. Tank is a dog. He's a savage, man. I've seen the man fight, man, several times already. Tank, people need to stop sleeping on what he's doing in the streets and start focusing on what he's doing inside the ropes, because he can absolutely fight. And it's only a matter of time before he does link up with a top name. But we all have to understand that Floyd Mayweather is making the shots. He's calling the shots. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather's calling the shots for Gervonta. And I'll be shocked if he gets a fight with Ryan Garcia right now. To be honest, I'll be shocked.
Yeah. I just don't see it. I really don't see it. Devin Haney is way safer if he still wants to chase a name. I see somebody in the chat said something about your boy Fortuna. I think they're in the same weight class. That would be interesting to see what Ryan will do with that length, even though I don't think Fortuna is 100% ready. But I do think Fortuna can make that interesting.
I would like to see that too. Javier Fortuna and Ryan. I think Ryan beats Javier Fortuna, to be honest.
Man, right, that's what I'm saying. We already know what Ryan Garcia's next fight is gonna be, man. So we not even gonna cut to the speculation and everything. We already know how Oscar's finna do this. So I'll let it slide.
Who is gonna be his next fight?
Jorge Linares.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I forgot
I'm
all
not
about
even gonna
him.
get past that. Jorge Linares. They're gonna throw him right in there with Jorge Linares. Let him get all the veteran experience. Throw him in there with some safe veterans.
Jorge Linares give him that 6th round like he did for Silly. Shit.
Ooh,
hey, but at the same time, the same punch that Vasily hit Luke Campbell with is the same punch that's gonna end Jorge Linares night for Luke. I mean for Ryan Garcia when the time is right.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay. I mean, you know, he did get stopped in the 11th, didn't he? So
yeah.
I don't know, man. I just put a little bit more emphasis on Jorge Linares than Luke Campbell. Who won between that? Then Luke Campbell fight Jorge, right?
Yeah, I think Jorge beat him.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it was a rhetorical question. Jorge beat him, man.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I put a bit more Wall Street into Jorge Linares than I do Luke Campbell, man.
Yeah, I do too.
And look at the adversity that he faced. He faced adversity with Luke Campbell, but he stopped him. And now you're talking about Jorge Linares, who, in my opinion, is a better fighter than Luke Campbell. So yeah, it'll be a good fight. I like it.
And that's another question. Maybe you guys could answer this because maybe you guys watched the full fight. But from what I was watching in the highlights, it seemed like when Luke got the knockdown, and then at other times that Luke was sitting to get his shit off, it seemed like Luke kept hitting. You know, he did the Danny Garcia and stayed in cruise control and shit like that, and didn't want to.
Never lied, dog.
And then didn't want to didn't want to actually put his foot on the gas. And so, as much as I credit Garcia for getting off the canvas and going and getting his W, what's he going to really do with pressure? That's what I said about that Tank thing. Tank got that dog, you know. Tank that dude who comes to work with 2 lunches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like he got his own tools. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, take that dude who come to work and, you know what I'm saying, he don't park where, you know what I'm saying, the guys park at. He pull up to where the area he's going to work at because all his tools in his truck, and ain't nobody about to say shit to him because I'm here to work.
That's it.
You know, so what's he going to do? Because I don't know, like from the highlights I seen him get dried, and I seen everything Luke was doing after that, and I was like, you don't see the blood in the water?
Well,
I saw a couple moments where he literally let Ryan gather his faculties.
Yeah, and this is where I got mad at Luke Campbell with, and Scotty touched on it earlier. In the 5th round, at the end of the 5th round, Ryan had hit Luke Campbell with a good left hook to the temple, and it rocked him, and he turned his back and went to the rope. The beginning of the 6th round, Ryan came in for the first minute and 30 seconds of that round, and he emptied his wad. He emptied everything he had trying to get Luke Campbell out of there in the 6th round. Ryan was tired standing right in front of Luke Campbell, no head movement. You blocked most of the shots that he threw the first minute and 30 seconds of the round. And you saw Ryan get tired and you saw him empty his wad. Why you didn't empty yours?
I think that's the moment that I saw in the highlights. You said round 6, right?
Yeah, round at the back end of round 6.
They were like in the middle. They were like in the middle of the ring. They were like in the middle of the ring. Ryan just threw a flurry and then pretty much put his hands down and was breathing for like 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Okay, you talking about
Ryan
I was like, what the hell is wrong with him? Get him out of here.
Took him up at the end of the 5th. He emptied his wad the first minute and 30 seconds of the 6th round, and then Luke Campbell see him standing right in front of him. He caught him with a catch and shoot left hook. Straight left or whatever, but other than that, he didn't do anything else. But Ryan was tired standing right in front of him. I mean, if you're gonna go out on your shield, go out on your shield. I mean, they gave you the opportunity. They put you back in the opportunity. You know this is gonna be your last opportunity. Hey man, I mean, I guess it's easy for me to say because I'm not taking the punches, but I mean, shoot, man.
I'm with you though. I think that is the exact moment that I'm speaking on, where it was like just watching the highlights. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there saying like, bro, do it. Like you could just see, like I mentioned to Scott several times in the past when I used to fight in the street and other stuff like that. I used to really enjoy, like I did a kind of rope-a-dope style where I would fight waiting for that moment where you see that person take that deep breath with their eyes, like where you see they're asking questions because they empty their tank. They don't know what else they're going to do. Like sometimes I would wait the whole fight. I would kind of just give maybe 60, 70, 80% just waiting to see that person take that breath, because that's the moment where you can just reach down deep into their heart like Kalima and just rip their fucking heart out and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a little dude, but I'm strong. Like I would wait till, like if I'm fighting someone bigger, I'd wait till I'm seeing that where he realized he couldn't overwhelm me. And then I'd wait till he breathed like that. And that's when I just pick his ass up and slam him because I know his big ass ain't used to having his feet in the air. as a boxer, when I see someone breathe like that, that's when I just go on and give him that 3-punch combo, then go right down to the belly, right after I motherfucking rock this jaw. I'd hit him right in the diaphragm to take his air out of him. You know what I'm saying? Before he could even realize his temple hurts, I took the air out of his diaphragm real quick. Like, I mean, and I know I wasn't that damn good, so I figured Luke would have did something. That made me really, the more I'm thinking about it, that made me really question, you know what I'm saying, what Ryan would do if somebody would put pressure on him.
Yeah.
I've been on record as saying that Luke Campbell is getting to that point where he's good enough to lose, good enough to come in second. And you know, I felt in total agreement that he could have pushed the gas much more, especially, you know, coming off that round where Ryan Garcia in the 6th round where he emptied everything and then he had to slow up. Luke Campbell really didn't even make him pay. Like, you wasn't even doing anything to counter him or anything. He was just pressing. So you had energy. Luke Campbell had energy, and he didn't return fire. He didn't take advantage of that. He potentially could have gotten another knockdown if he played it right, but he didn't. Now he's becoming the Danny Garcia in big fights.
Right.
I hope everybody don't get all upset, but yeah, that's kind of like what's going on.
I'm with you on that, Scott. We already established that. Danny Garcia is he's not even the gatekeeper. He's the gatekeeper. He's the gatekeeper's gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? Because and we've got to start, and that's what we've got to start doing. And I appreciate you and all you other cats who are really deep on the sport, because new media has got to push boxing to make these people established. Like how it was in the 80s. Like, you got to establish the pecking order, because some of these cats, they're just good enough to lose. They're not going to go over the edge. They're not going to push the line. They're not, there's a clear ceiling on a lot of these guys. And I just don't, and it's going to hurt the sport. The more we allow these people to just sit at the top when they're not truly elites, I think it just damages the integrity of the sport.
A lot of these guys are coming in not to get stopped, because they know if they don't get stopped, they got a chance to get another good, decent payday. I wouldn't say a great payday, but a decent payday. But Luke Campbell got his gatekeeper keys tonight, man. Like they made sure he had a set before he left the arena tonight, man. So
top flight security.
He top flight in the motherfucker tonight.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Franchon Cruz Zern too. She picked up another victory, in women's boxing. Shout out to her.
J8, shout out to Scotty.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see her get her belt back after the atrocities they tried to put her through last year, and I'm glad to see her back where she needs.
Love, man. Fuck all that, man. Come on now. And I always said, like, the fact that they was trying to imply that she had to fight for her belt, not the segue. I'm gonna use Dion's words earlier, not the segue off topic, but WBC was up here talking about she would have to fight to get her WBC title back from a person who popped. And Jimenez popped dirty anyway. I'm off that shit. J8, you can jump on the panel, man. You know what I'm saying, J8? I see you be on phone calls and stuff, man. You got some good opinions, man. Jump on the panel. Everybody else is in there. 21 Strong and J8. All you, Michael, that showed up. I appreciate your Milo in the building. Appreciate all y'all for stopping through, man. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been on in the last couple of days because, of course, I've been on the road. Had to go take some stuff dealing with boxing and everything. But yeah, I had to jump on here after this fight and give my take on it. And I always appreciate, I appreciate Dion Washington stopping through on the panel. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Michael, I appreciate your support, my brother. Real talk, real one in the sport, real one in the game, and a true supporter. So I just wanted to, let you know in 2021, man, I appreciate you, not being a person who cap and act like, you supporting the channel. So shout out to everyone who stopped through. This lightweight division is very interesting, to say the least. But I just don't want us to downplay what we've seen. I mean, because I know damn well a lot of people just cannot go through what Ryan Garcia went through and they get a pass. We need to call it for what it is, just like I would call Devin Haney's shit for what it is. So don't get upset because I'm not sitting up here riding the bandwagon for the first time. I don't do that shit. But just like I criticize Devin Haney, I'm criticize Ryan Garcia too. Yep. You got off the canvas from a punch that didn't even freaking land too flush. I mean, it was a left hand, but this wasn't a Tank Davis, Leo Santa Cruz punch now.
No,
let's be honest.
It definitely wasn't.
You got Eddie Reynoso in your corner, and they still got you fighting like you doing a video, like you the Flash. I don't understand that shit. Canelo don't fight like that.
I just don't see. I mean, maybe it's just me, and maybe I just don't like all the shit he be talking on social media. But like I said it once, I'll say it again. I'll say it to his face. Fuck that dude. You know, and that's no disrespect, but on some disrespectful shit, no. I think that dude's an L away from having an OnlyFans page. He just want to be a celebrity. He just want to be a celebrity. As soon as he catch that L, that nigga he gonna be like Victor Ortiz. He gonna be doing movies and shit like that. And I ain't mad at him. Get your bag, Ryan. But let's not. You're not here for the work. I just don't think he's here for the work. I'll put my face on camera when I say it. You know what I'm saying? I want to know. All right, now goddamn SA start trying to blow down on me for that guy. It's all love, but I mean what I mean. Like, I stand by my words. Yeah. And that fight showed me. I'm congratulating him on his win, but I gotta say that win made me ask more questions about what that boy gonna do when he's under pressure.
That's all I'm saying, Mike. I mean, Dion, I say the same thing. We got to call it for what it is. Just like I was on here criticizing the shit out of Haney for trying to convince the public that he went and try to pitch a shutout. I have to say the same thing. But I did like the entertainment value of Ryan Garcia, though, and how he got up and handled that. But yet and still, we have to talk about the pros and cons. And right now, you're calling out individual like Gervonta Davis is just a savage, man. Gervonta Davis might have fought at 130, but either way you look at it, Gervonta is going to go in there, and if Ryan Garcia is not able to establish respect with his power, especially boxing on the inside, Gervonta is going to destroy Garcia. I don't know why he's so happy and jolly to go here and call out Gervonta like this is motherfucking, let's get me a new friend or something. I mean, that is the wrong person to be calling out right
now. Hey, Gervonta is the wrong dance partner for that boy. I'm trying to tell you.
Look, man, I'll be honest with you, man. If I'm Floyd, I call Oscar bluff, man. You talk about you want to fight me.
True.
You talk about you want to fight me. We'll do it in September. Co-main event will be Tank and Ryan. And then you feel the undercard out however you want to do it, man. I'll be there to see that.
Man, I'd actually pay money for that. I'm here for that.
I'll be there for that.
Shit. I'll pay for it.
I'll be there for that.
I'll be there for it just because I'm with you, Major Key. Like, call De La Hoya's bluff. And Floyd's too smart. Floyd's wheels was turning by round 8. To where even though Ryan Garcia got the win, good and damn well Floyd was saying to himself, Tank will beat his ass. And so then by the time he's got to talking all that shit after the fight in the ring, good and damn well. Shortly after Floyd sat there saying to himself, Tank will beat his ass, his phone was going off and it said Gervonta on the motherfucker. If Gervonta wasn't already there with him, leaning over like, man, I'm gonna whoop his ass, man. Let's do this. Like, come on, man. Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis would make Tank's career because that'll be that name, that big money fight that he needs, especially after what he did to Leo.
That'll be Floyd De La Hoya all over again.
Thank you. That'll happen, Floyd De La. Like, let's do it because I'm so confident that they're gonna see their boy get. Listen, Ryan Garcia has 1 minute and 45 seconds to establish his range. Because here's the thing: once Tank finds a way in, he knows the way in. Period.
And Ryan showed tonight that he can't get out of the way of Luke Campbell straight left. So would you think Gervonta Davis straight left is going to be coming? And then the difference between Luke Campbell straight left and Gervonta Davis straight left is Tank straight left is coming up underneath you.
Yep.
Luke straight left eye level.
Mm-hmm.
Tank is coming underneath you. So Tank is gonna hit. He's gonna come directly up underneath the chin. So you going to sleep, bro.
Or here's the thing: if you don't go to sleep, like I used to always tell people, the thing that I loved about only being 5'9" and everything like that, because my punches due to them, on most people, they're coming from under. Even if I'm not knocking you out, because I'm coming from under, I'm popping that head up, and my punches come in bunches. To where, okay, if that first one didn't get you gone, here comes 2, 3 more and everything. And that's why when I was doing my little amateur bullshit, some of them shits did look dramatic, and it was just, I'm swinging in bunches. That's what I mean about with Ryan Garcia. Can you handle pressure? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you do if Luke Campbell was letting his hands go at them times you were tired? Tank's gonna do that. Tank was, after the uppercut with Leo Santa Cruz, Tank swung 2, 3 more times.
Hey, what y'all think about what Milo said? Milo said they moving Ryan like Fernando Vargas.
Hey, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Nothing surprised me anymore, because they talk about Canelo finna go back to Guadalajara. And I hate to get back on the Canelo, but they talking about Canelo finna fight in Guadalajara and fight Avni Yildirim. Avni Yildirim is going on a suicide mission. He fight Canelo in Guadalajara.
Man, he just gonna go get a bag, man. That ain't nothing. You know, the M set that up, man. Shout out to the M, man. I ain't mad at him. You know, they need another guy, man. They was riding Triple G, but Triple G messed it up. They was messing with Canelo, but Canelo and De La Hoya don't always fall in line with him, because De La Hoya got his thing with Floyd, and Floyd tied up with the M. But they need their Mexican star, and that's probably why I talk the shit about Ryan, because Ryan's vying so hard for that spot, and I don't think he really won it. I don't think people understands what it means when you're the new standard bearer. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For that style and that demographic.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I know Canelo is number one, man, but it's guys like Benavidez and them. They really holding the flag up for them right now, man. Because
you're 100% right, and that's what I'm saying. Like right now, there's a seat change within the next 2 to 3 years that's going to happen, because the Canelo era is reaching sunset. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It's dusk on the Canelo era, and so they're vying for the M is vying for that next, and they would rather it be one of theirs. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That they're gonna put all that money and support behind. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I wish black people did that more. Kind of like what we was talking about with the Haney's ducking black fighters and things like. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's wrong with that. We need to take a page from that. But I really do think that De La Hoya is using his political power to kind of force feed Garcia on us when, Benavidez. I can name a couple that, I want to put them in the ring with Ryan. Show us. I really think if they actually did it right, they actually could bully out a lot of the black and other fighters in, them certain divisions, because the Mexicans are going hard. So hard.
Well, the black fighters are, when you look at what divisions we're mostly going to show presence, it will be 30 to 47.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Until the changing of the guard in another year and a half or two, something like that, when the welterweight division would definitely be different. It have a different frame of fighters up there, but I'm just disappointed that I don't know, like, not once again, we're talking about, the heavyweight division. It's going to be a while before we actually see somebody come back around and do what Deontay was able to do. And then I don't know why we're not doing anything at cruiserweight. It's not like no brothers freaking way cruiserweight, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know why they don't compete in there. And then at 175, you can't just put Ward up there like he was the only light-skinned brother around in town to do something.
No,
I mean, I don't know what it is, man. Like, even at 168, look at the champions. No brothers up there. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we don't fight at 168.
Yeah, but we're not getting those title shots.
Exactly.
You have to do you have to do something special. You have to go out there and make yourself known. The game is changing. It's a blend of things to get your name out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't just about being a good fighter or having a good promotion. It's this almost perfect storm of fuckery that if you and then you got them people who got the machines behind them, the Al Haymans, the Bob Arams, they got this different machines behind them where I mean, you'll have these fighters who no. By the time you heard about them, they got themselves in a bad situation where they already lost a fight or whatever, and so they don't have an O on their record. So they'll never be attractive enough to garner that big payday. And if they're not garnering a payday, then nobody's gonna fuck with them, and that gives everybody the perfect out to duck this fighter. You know what I'm saying? It's actually disgusting, but you know what it is.
Yeah, and then like even with the Caleb Plant thing, you know, I have no problem with him fighting Truax, but at the same time, you know, you have Lionel Thompson who was there who gave you a good showing last December. You know, he got a good win.
He stopped Jose Uzcategui.
Uzcategui, exactly. You know, that guy needs a shot, but you're finna fight Caleb Truax, and you know, we know who Truax is.
I agree with you on that, Dion. I agree because both of them had good performances, coming opponents against Uzcategui or Katigi, what they call him. And it should be that he get that shot.
But then they'll say we don't have fighters at the division.
But yeah, that's that weird catch-22 that's going on where, you know.
Yeah, but then they'll excuse me, I didn't mean to cut you out, but then they'll pull the classic move. Well, Lionel Thompson, you go fight Daniel Jacobs. They'll put the two black fighters against each other. Like I said, I'm not trying to make it a racial thing, but that's actually what's actually going on. They'll make the black fighters knock each other off, so we'll only have to fight one of you all instead of both of you all.
Right. And then not to try to turn it racial in no way, but I have noticed the only thing that you could say playing devil's advocate to the Haney camp with our thing about ducking black fighters is in the past 15 or so years, they have turned black fighters into a circular firing squad. And we don't do it at the elite level. Like, excuse me. Goddamn. We don't do it at the elite level.
That coughing? Who got that Rona?
You got a bourbon, Scotty.
Who got that Rona? Who got that Rona?
I ain't got that Rona, but I'm telling you right here, this goddamn anthrax in this blunt.
They put anthrax in that bug. God damn.
This shit
back to the Unabomber, goddamn it.
This shit potent right here, man. I'm gonna tell on myself I shouldn't be smoking this shit. It's fucked up.
But man, you know what Lionel Thompson, man, he does deserve a shot, but he's not a big name. When you say Lionel Thompson, man, I got the craziest story that's gonna trip you all the fuck out, dog. I interviewed Lionel Thompson, man.
Oh boy.
I respect the shit out of this dude because the entire time, look, it was a rough time. I drove 12 hours up to Baltimore. I saw him in the hotel. I knew he was, but I wasn't firing on all cylinders that day. So when I sat down at the table, he gave me an interview. I got the interview, no cap. I got it. It's just not posted. It is posted, I think, unless I took it down. But I was calling him Hank Lundy the whole time, y'all.
Oh, he didn't say
entire interview, and this dude did not correct me once. Lionel didn't correct me one time, dog. Not once. I knew who he was. I knew who was about to fight. You know, he's supposed to have a fight that weekend, and it fell out. But I was calling him Hank Lundy the whole time.
Hammering Hank Lundy. I ain't heard that name in a minute.
I was calling that man Hank Lundy, man. God damn.
Wow.
But it would be nice if you get that shot, though, because, you know, Caleb versus Caleb, No one is really looking forward to that shot. Let's be honest. Nobody's looking forward to that damn fight. Seriously.
No. I mean, we're gonna watch it because it's on free TV, but it's not. We're gonna check our boxing schedule that we can see that it's fight week for that, and then we're gonna tune in, but we're not just highly anticipating that matchup. I'm looking more towards Angelo Leo and Stephen Fulton on Showbox on the 23rd for real.
Yeah, man. I'm looking to see pretty boy Steph get back in the motherfucking ring. You know what I'm saying? People don't know a lot about Steph.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Huh?
Stephen
I mean, he did give Greer his first loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's due to whoop Greer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Greer, my boy, he didn't whoop him now. Shout out to Josh Greer. He didn't whoop him now.
Yeah,
let's get that straight.
He got the victory. Yeah.
He got the victory. But Steph ain't no joke now. I'm looking forward to seeing him get back in there. He ain't no joke. So that's another name that's out there that's a quality fighter. Yeah. But hey, don't too many people know him, man. He's almost like he don't self-promote himself enough.
Yeah, and then at the same time too, Scotty, to get back at the 135 pound division, man. We'll see Rolly on that same card. We'll see how he looks after the gift that he got on his last outing. He'll be fighting Justin Paldo on that card.
Yeah, Justin Paldo. I mean, what they did for Rolly was provide him with the ultimate stimulus package for real on that fight.
Yeah, he got stimulated for real. He's getting stimulated the full fight, and then they stimulated the decision.
That shit was an absolute travesty, and I'll be bullshitting you if I didn't tell you when I saw him at the hotel and I say, "Hey, Rolly, I have a mask on too." I say, "How you doing, man? You got time for an interview right now?" He told me absolutely no. So he had to be listening. Rolly on the robbery.
Man, listen.
Rolly said, "No."
That fight proved one thing. That fight proved that Floyd Mayweather's money is long and it's strong.
It's long and strong, man. God damn. That motherfucker. Jackson Marinez beat Rolly Romero. Period.
Yeah. And now, okay. That might be something that Floyd might need to do if he don't want to throw Tank in there with Ryan right now. Go ahead and throw Rolly in there, with the Cuban Mexican rivalry. We'll be there for that.
He can't do that. He's got to somehow salvage this. He's got to salvage his endorsement of Rolly. So he's going to find somebody that he can throw in there that is respectable, and that Rolly's got to walk through or do something dominating or something to say that was just a weird night.
I mean, I understand what you're saying too, but like I was telling Scotty, if we gonna talk about it, we gonna keep everybody on code. A year ago, Floyd was screaming. He was screaming to Ryan, "You beat Rolly, we'll give you Tank." So
yeah, he did say that shit. Yeah, no,
he did. He was like,
okay.
He said, you beat Rolly, I give you Tank. And Ryan Garcia never wanted to fight Rolly, even though it's out there. He pretty much fucked him up in sparring. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's a good time for Ryan Garcia to go get Rolly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I doubt Floyd Mayweather's memory is that absent. Well, he's going to say, "Okay, Ryan Garcia, you calling out my boy Javante, but what did I tell you last time? I said, if you beat Rolly Romero, I give you Tank. What's next?"
Now, you know what? I forgot all about that comment. Thank you, Major Key. And that answered your question from earlier. That would be the setup. Do a Rolly, then try to talk about a Tank or a Devin Haney.
Yeah,
that was Dion. That was Dion. Watch.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my bad.
Because if you look at the rankings, Rolly is number 1 in the WBA. So you knock Rolly off right there. You number 1 to all three of the top, all three of the belt holders for the WBA at 135, which is Teofimo, who is the super champion,
Wait a minute. He's number 1 in WBA. So that means this bum, this excuse is just a big neon Eat at Joe sign for anybody who's hungry and can get Floyd to sign the paper.
Yeah, he picked up that WBA interim. Exactly.
Man, that's a free lunch.
That's what I'm just setting the stage for you, my brother, because I kind of know what's going on. You know, Rolly is the interim WBA. Yvonne Mendy, who's with Top Rank, is the green champion.
Yeah.
Tank is the world champion, and Tiafimo is the super champion. So,
hey Scott, man, try and get $150 to go grab Rolly. Somebody go grab that free meal. So man, come on, man. That's a meal out there, man. That belt just is out there. That belt ain't even on a waist. It's just laying on.
Rolly got such an ego, man. You talking about somebody who wouldn't even see. We was calling out Haney because of the history and everything, and we truly think it's a pretty easy fight. But Rolly Romero is a whole different standard because Devin Haney is not signed to TMT. But Rolly Romero, he ain't making decisions over there. There's no way he'll take that fight. There's no way.
Man, that boy is boom. Man, so here's the thing. Why is Floyd just got this sacrificial lamb there? Is Floyd sitting this dude up yet? 2 set up Ryan Garcia. 2 set up this thing. This ain't a legitimate champion. He ain't even a threat. After watching that fight,
it's all hypothetical at this point. But I'm just looking at the rankings myself, and I see how it's kind of set up. You know, because you got in the WBA, you got Rolly at 1, you got Robert Easter Jr. at 2, you got Lomachenko at 3, Linares at 4, Jackson Marinez, who arguably, you know, well, we gonna keep it real on the channel. He beat Rolly. And you got him at 5.
Get out of Rolly. Man, I didn't know that. You saying that to me is painting this whole picture of a political. This is political pageantry right here, and they just moving chess pieces. Or cats in boxing really aren't hungry because oh my God.
But see, what Floyd did was I wouldn't say it was genius, but he just using, you know, a little pawn on the board because his cash cow right now is Gervonta. So, you know, of course, let's go ahead. You know, Gervonta is a WBA regular. So what is Rolly?
He's WBA interim.
That's what I'm saying. He's moving the chess pieces. That's all.
Right. Like, man, listen. I don't even mean to keep being disrespectful, but this dude is not. No, man.
I bet you.
He's a fighter. He's a fighter, and I have all the respect for anybody who gets in that ring, especially as a profession. As a man, I respect him, but as we're talking about fighters in the game, and we're talking about elites, Raleigh is nowhere in that conversation. He's not even in the cliff notes. He's not even in the conversation about that conversation. So to place him at that ranking is just basically to set up somebody to do, because somebody like back in say in the Sugar Ray Leonard and the Marvin Hagler days, he would have had that shit maybe for a couple months, and then somebody would have came out of nowhere and challenged his ass. Like, man, you need that belt. Am I wrong? Y'all older than me.
You're exactly right. I said something about that before you jumped on, but yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Man, back when I was a kid watching boxing, when I fell in love with the sport, that's what I liked about it. If you had a belt, because you earned that belt, because somebody would come and take your belt.
Yeah, and then at the same time too, you know, this 135-pound division, you know, it's stacked, but you know, I could take a lot of those old rugged gatekeepers from back in the day and drop into today's 135-pound division. It'll be rough because Emmanuel Augustus Burden, the drunken master, he'll get a lot of these guys out of here at 35.
Man, who you telling, man? Oh my God,
like for real.
Aaron Pryor would get him before he even
drunken master, baby.
Before he even drunk the juice, Aaron Pryor would get him.
Oh yeah, no doubt, Aaron Pryor. I'm just talking about the guys who were considered gatekeepers back then. You know,
I know.
You drop them into today's 135-pound division. They clean a lot of this. They clean a lot of it up.
Yeah, no, I agree, and that goes back. Yeah, that's back to what I was saying. Like, I enjoyed
Come on, pop your
how
face in, man.
when I enjoyed how
Okay.
like back then when you see different things, different things like it would get clogged up at this weight division, that would get cleaned up in a matter of a year and a half because somebody would say no. Like Scott said, I love that saying. I'm gonna keep saying it. You don't see a bunch of bulls on one field. That ain't gonna last too long.
Nah.
Hell no, it ain't.
One of them bulls gonna get sick of this shit
Yeah.
and get to
Taking
lowering his
everything
head
from
and
me.
snorting. What's happening, Nash?
Nash, what's good? How you feeling, bro? You I know you had a nap earlier. How you feel, my brother?
He said he needed to switch his mic real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Damn, what
but
the hell?
yeah, it's just man, I want to see these guys mix it up, and then I know Teofimo is finna fight Campbell is probably because I think that's his IBF mandatory, so he's gonna be matched up with him.
That's not even mandatory. That's genius. He's getting a bag that he wouldn't have gotten in the United States. I mean, that's genius right there. And anybody who's mad at him, they just mad because they ain't getting his bag. That's all.
Mad at who?
Mad at T.O. because he getting that 10 million and he earned it. Because he's been doing, like I said, he's been walking through the ranks. If you watch who he's fought, fights. Not only has he won them fights the way you're supposed to win them fights, but he's been fighting the people you're supposed to fight to kind of clear it up. And so now, yeah, I would go over to Australia and get 10 million too. Hopefully he wins and he can keep running with it.
Yep. And then, I'm trying to see who they really gonna match Vasil Lomachenko up with, because I don't see him getting into those fights, man.
I would like to see him stay in the lightweight division and face another top name. Yeah, it's his second loss, but it's been a gap in between the Salido loss and now the Teofimo Lopez loss. So I definitely like to see him face somebody in 135.
You think Bob will throw him in there with Comey?
I mean, why not? It's a common opponent, but to Bob was the same person at one point in time. Well, Vasil Lomachenko is in the same language as Muhammad Ali. I was like, Bob,
come on, Bob,
sit your ass down.
Bob be having his moments where he forget himself.
Nah, we got to keep Bob. We got to keep Bob on code too.
Yeah,
for real, man. He been saying some reckless shit out of his mouth lately.
Man, Bob in bed kicked the fence and ran off the ranch. Man, Bob, that stray calf just out there.
I mean, I wouldn't mind Vasil facing, somebody that's a top name. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about the top 2 pound for pound guy in the game. Former unified champion. Yeah, he took a L for his titles, but also he still has that name. You know what I'm saying? He has that name, so bring him back.
I feel
have motherfucking Ryan Garcia face Vasil. Goddamn, have Devin Haney face Vasil Lomachenko.
I was just about to say that. In the spirit of what I was talking about, like when I was a kid, someone like Vasil Lomachenko who took you got your 2 L's, all right, blah. You would come right back and you would just take out all the dudes the guy who beat you would probably have to fight as contenders. No, I just beat them. So matter of fact, let's run it back. And that's how he would force a rematch. I used to love how cats used to do that. You know what I'm saying? Watching Hagler and all like that, where these dudes had to fight Tommy Hearns because you looked up and who else are you going to fight? Because you know what? You got to see me.
Yeah. And then at the same time, I just feel like I feel like Lomachenko can't run whether he stays at 130. I mean, whether he goes back down to 130 or stays at 35. He's gonna have to fight somebody, and it's not gonna be no touch-ups. So he's gonna have to fight somebody with a credible opponent. I mean, he's gonna have to fight a credible opponent that's on a world-class level. You can't go back. You can't go back to fighting B minus. You can't go back to fighting Mariaga and guys like that.
Right. It's got to be the up and comings, or it's got to be the guys who are still lingering around. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko, actually, that would be good for the sport, and that would put the cap on his career, regardless if he's successful or unsuccessful. He should dedicate the rest of his career to clean it up the division.
Exactly.
Yeah, he said he want to rematch with Teofimo Lopez, but yet I think it's fair to say that he should fight somebody that's in the contender or challenging for the titles. You know, like I said before, I would like to see Devin Haney step in there with somebody like Lomachenko. Not too much Javier Fortuna. I've seen him quit already, but any of the top names, even
you think he'll throw him in there with Yvonne Mendy to try and get him back in the WBA conversation?
I mean, that would be good. I like Mendy, man. You know, I actually had a conversation with him when I was in NYC, man. I like Mendy, man. So, I don't know if the Haneys will take that fight, though.
Yeah.
The Haney's
no. I was talking about Lomachenko and Mendy, since they're both top ranked.
It's possible. I'm not sure, man. Lomachenko and Mendy, I seriously doubt that shit, man.
Because I mean, you really don't want to go back down to 130 and fight that young Shakur Stevenson, man. I think Shakur Stevenson pick you apart.
I mean, that'll be a good fight. Plus, it'll be a nice little paycheck. You can put that fight on PPV, to be honest.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, people will pay for that.
Yeah, you can put that Shakur Stevenson. But one thing about what's going on with Stevenson, he's trying to get some straps, though.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, because
Lomachenko don't have nothing but a name.
Yeah.
But one thing he did say, he said if Lomachenko's coming back at 130, fuck a title. I'll fight him.
Thank you. That's the only reason I threw the bait out there, to see if you remember, what happened. So
yeah.
Because in that, like I said, cleaning up a division, sometimes it ain't about the strap. If there's if there's political stuff going on where you can't get the strap, you do them thing, you'd be with that guy who,
yeah.
I just cleaned up 2 and 3 in this division, 4 and 5 in this division, 2 and 3 in this division. That's what I did the last 2 years. Why you keep running?
Question.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, real quick.
Turn your mic up some, man. We can barely hear you, bro.
Check 1, check 2. How y'all sound now? Yeah. What's popping?
Yeah, you good.
Gotcha.
Man, what's going on, man? It's your boy Mark Nash, a.k.a. Mr. Everything. Man, I just wanted to tell World Combat Sports thanks for having me on. It means a lot to my audience for you to have me on your channel and your panel. My question was, so is that what Bud Crawford should do if he can't get Spence or Pacquiao? He should be fighting the Dannys and the Sean Porters, even though they have 3 losses and stuff like that?
Well, go. Who want to take it first?
Oh, so we segueing off the topic.
I mean, that's. I mean,
my bad.
We were kind of sticking to 135 at the moment.
Yeah,
I was just trying to use that
the people in the chat was holding us accountable, stand on code, like they say. For 135.
Man, I've been listening for an hour, man. Y'all done went from 160, 68.
I know, man, and Dion did that shit, man.
I did it, but they got on us in the chat about wanting to talk about the 35-pound division, so we trying to stay on code for the people in the chat.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's kind of on code, because he said, for a similar approach that we're saying for Vasily, is that what someone like Bud Crawford could do, who they're trying to just keep stagnant in his division? And I would personally say, Mark, yes. I think we need, especially somebody who's independent, especially these Crawford, Bud's not independent, but go ahead and do that. If these guys, instead of spending 2 or 3 years trying to chase one guy, you dedicate a couple months, and then you already have in mind whoever he's supposed to be fighting, and you grab them. And you do like we said, like we was talking about with $150. If the guy's a grocery store worker, then this is about to be 4 rounds. This is about to be 4 rounds tops, and I'm gonna talk my shit. And tell you I'm coming. You got me again. The next time you're supposed to fight, I'm gonna get him out of here. You feel what I'm saying? And talk my shit.
All right, Mark Nash. To answer your question, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, he can do it, and and then the reason why he can do it is because of they are allowing Canelo Alvarez to do it with this Avni Yildirim thing. So. We can't say that Terrence Crawford can't do it, but they're finna allow Canelo to do it.
Exactly.
So I mean, that's why I like to stay on code. So You know, Canelo is opening up this bag of worms. They can't really trash Crawford for doing it. The man got to stay busy. He 32, 33. You in the middle of your prime, and you can't be stagnated. You know, so you got to get to work where the work is available.
Bang, exactly where I'm coming from.
I mean, and that's all I'm saying. But he's not doing it to the beat of how Canelo is doing it. Canelo is doing it by fighting for vacant titles. Terrence Crawford is going to have to do it because he's not his promoter has failed to get the people to build a stable at 147 pounds. I'm gonna say it in a way that we can all relate it to. Terrence Crawford, Bob Arum has forgotten about his main thing, trying to make Vasil Lomachenko the main thing, but you neglected the best thing that you have in your stable.
Mm-hmm.
You've neglected Seabiscuit for a war admiral, or you got this Triple Crown winner horse, but you're trying to make a filly coat, a filly out to be a Triple Crown winner when you know he's not Triple Crown material.
Yeah,
I thought he threw everybody to the side for Tyson Fury, though. In my opinion.
Well, I mean, but at the same accord. All right, okay. What?
Who is the Triple Crown? Twice.
Huh?
I mean, who is the Triple Crown?
Exactly. I mean, he kind of always done it. He did because he's always looking for the next best thing.
But
yeah,
and then at the same time, and then at the same time, Terrence Crawford is waking up to how he's seeing everybody else getting money, but but at the same time, you're still cool with those $3 and $5 million guarantees. When we all know that you are a $15 to $20 million every time you walk out, every time you make a ring walk fighter. Your promoter is lowballing you. Your promoter is cutting your value. Because if Terrence Crawford was promoted like he's supposed to be, he should be commanding the same thing that Canelo is commanding.
Very similar.
But everybody is saying the same thing. Everybody has the same argument about Top Rank. Yes, Top Rank is a good promoter company, but it's only good to a certain point in your career. And at that point in Terrence Crawford career, after he unified 140, he had the opportunity to branch off and do his own thing, but he chose to stay with Top Rank, so he capped his pay. He's capping himself. So now you have to fight the Amir Khans. You got to fight the Mean Machines. You have to fight the 140-pound Ramirez that you moved up to 147, and you have to fight the Jeff Horns, in which we know Pacquiao was set up for that. So because you didn't want to fight Terrence Crawford when you wanted him to fight Terrence Crawford and pass the torch. So Pacquiao didn't do it. So you set him up with Jeff Horns, let Jeff Horn get the belt, so Pacquiao can move up from 140 and instantly be the mandatory for that WBO championship, his first fight at welterweight.
Huh? Hold on. Say that again, because Pacquiao already had the 147 when he fought Horn.
All right. You make Pacquiao fight Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao for that WBO belt. When Terrence Crawford unified 140 and beat Ndongo, he moved up to 47 and didn't fight a mandatory. His first fight at 47 was for that WBO belt that Horn beat Pacquiao with.
Right, but prior to that, he was already trying to come up he was already calling out the Errol Spences of the world. He was already calling out Pacquiao before he.
I understand that, but then at the same time, Bob Arum was mad at Pacquiao because he didn't give Terrence Crawford that fight. So he set him up with the Jeff Horn fight, allowed Jeff Horn to win, so when Terrence Crawford moved up to 47, he automatically got that title shot. That's what I'm saying.
Where'd you get that information from, sir? That
It's fact.
I'm saying, where did you get that information from? He was mad at Pacquiao.
Come on, bro.
For not taking it. I'm just
at. I heard
we
know what happened.
No.
I'm just saying we know what happened.
I'm hearing this. Bob Arum said on record, I didn't want Manny to take that fight because I thought he would get hurt, and he's my friend. But you're saying he was mad at
however it happened.
That's why I did that to him. I mean, those are two
I
understand
what you're
things,
saying.
I'm not trying to challenge you.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I hear what both of y'all are saying, but I think the overall gist is somehow Bob Arum knew that Bud did deserve or whatever that, and since he didn't get that from Pacquiao, Bob Arum, waved his magic wand and made sure that, okay, well, you know what, jump up here, and the first thing you're gonna do is fight for this belt because you should have been having this fight a couple months, maybe a year ago.
And that's not just Bob Arum doing it. That is commission based too.
Come on, bro. We all know the WBO stands for whatever Bob orders. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
I get what you're saying with that, but not just with that though.
Okay,
whatever
so let me ask you this,
man. Whatever Bob orders. Come on, bro. We know the WBO.
Let me turn my mic.
I feel you, bro, but WBO been in Bob Arum pocket for the longest, bro.
Respectfully, you can't feel me because you kind of cut me off. You didn't even really let me get my bars off. No disrespect, my.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Mark.
No, you ain't got to apologize. You ain't got to apologize, but
I just want to be respectful though.
You did it again. No disrespect, but you did it again.
Yeah.
But all right, what I'm trying to say is Charlo moved up and he got that's just something that happens, man. When you're a champ at certain levels, like when you move up, you get when you vacate your belt, when you move up, you get a title shot. You automatically get a title shot. Charlo did it with the WBC. That had nothing to do with Bob Arum. That's a fact, right? I'm not caping or capping, right?
What Charlo? What?
The Charlo that went up from 54 to 60, Jamal. When he went up, he
did what for the WBC?
When he went up from 154 to 160, I think he had one fight, and he was automatically the mandatory for the WBC, and that's when Canelo dropped the belt. Y'all don't remember that?
I remember it, but
all right. All I'm saying, my guy.
Yes, sir.
WBO, whatever Bob orders, man, I'm gonna spark up just for that one. That was good.
I'm sparking right here with you, my G. But
what's going on, Terrence?
Hey, what's going on, Battle?
Were you in the chat earlier? I don't know if that was you or not. Were you in the chat earlier?
Yeah, man, I've been in and out. I was in the chat under on the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr.
Oh, okay. What's good? What's good with you? Happy New Year, my bro.
All right, same to you, man. How you doing?
I'm good. You was talking about some battle. I don't know what you was talking about. What are you talking about, man?
Oh man, come on, man. You a vet, man. That's your slang term.
Buddy.
Yeah, battle. You know what I mean?
Battle buddy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure, man. You know, you don't have no buffoonery on that.
I didn't know y'all did that in the Marines too. I thought that was just an Army thing.
No, that is an Army thing.
I'm branches. I know that shit's all branches. I learned that growing up, and I feel you what you're saying, Scott. As long as there ain't no buffoonery on it, because they can get red.
That's Terrence Bailey.
Terrence another vet, man. All us,
respect to the vets.
Mark, Terrence, all us vets. It's all good.
What's the other brother name right here who look like he pissing on the wall on his avatar? What's his name?
I was thinking
that's Deion Washington, man. That's mine.
Oh, that's Deion?
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, man. When I ain't saying nothing.
I wasn't pissing on the wall, man.
Y'all know your boy Mardash gonna keep it a buck with y'all niggas, right?
But you see, I had my Kaepernick jersey on, bro. So I was showing love to my boy Cap, man. That's all.
Dude got the one hand posted up, bracing himself.
My man is pissing on somebody's house right now.
You just came out the club and you like, hey, go on, start the car. I'll be right there.
That is true. That is true.
Give me that Gatorade, Bob. Give me that Gatorade, Bob.
Shit.
Hey, did you get that shiver? You know what I'm saying? Right when you was about, right when you almost done, you get that.
Don't ask that man about his shivers. Do not ask that man about no shivers.
Hey, how the restoration coming there, Dion? How the restoration coming?
Oh, it's coming, man. I'm finna turn my man cave into a 2-bedroom guest house. So, man, that's what I'm finna We finna get ready to get it all together, man.
I'm still waiting on lunch when I return.
Man, I'm waiting on you to come, man.
Yeah, told me, hey man, he talking about stay on code, right? I'm like, okay, dear, stay on code when I'm driving up to Alabama, and you say hit me up. All right, I hit you up, and then I don't even see this cat, man.
Nah, bro, man. Hey, man, I'm a very busy person, and I tried to get to you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I had to make that money. I had to make that money that day.
No, I was busy too, man. You know, I was busy. I ain't gonna lie.
I appreciate what you do. I appreciate what you do for our fighters from Tuscaloosa, man. I really do, man. We got some gifted guys coming through, man, and you showing all of them love. And I promise you, I appreciate it.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Hey, real quick, somebody said Terrence Bailey.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just getting my jokes out. Somebody said Terrence Bailey looked skinny like Uncle Phil in season 1 of Fresh Prince.
Man, you trying to provoke him to take his shirt off again. Stop, Martin.
Hey, I ain't drunk enough for that. I ain't doing that.
That's the whole reason why Mark on the pedal. You know, Mark, he the big spoon. He trying to stir it up one time.
Pause. That nigga called me a spoon.
You trying to get that man to then take off and do a tank top shot, man.
No, I'm proud of him,
you know
man.
Like
he's working out and it shows, man.
He can't resist himself. You know what
I'm saying? Don't bring that Donnie energy over here, dog.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Don't bring that Donnie vagina, the manny nanny.
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I love y'all dudes, man. No homo, man. For real. I love talking boxing with you dudes, even though most of you guys half the time got it wrong about Bud Crawford. Hey, other than that, man, I agree with a lot of you guys, man.
I'm late to the party. What they got wrong about Terrence Crawford? Let's go there. Let's
explain that.
Let's backtrack.
What we got wrong?
Why am I getting a delay? It's like I'm seeing it different.
The land is speaking to your point, man. Go ahead, there, Mark.
Oh nah, Bud the best in the business. Bud beats everybody. BBE in welterweight. BBE. Bud beats everybody.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Okay, I agree with you.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, my mantra is the same, bro. If the fight ain't happening,
I'm saying
you need to talk to the guy who got the 2 belts. Like, why it ain't happening? Why you like if it's so easy here, easy lick, go snatch that belt off of him. Lil Mario across the street from me box all the time, but I promise you, if he had a welterweight title, I'll go in there and smack his mama and take it right off the couch.
Nah, man.
Well, hold on though. Okay, if you said the dude with the 2 belts saying the dude with the 1 belt is an easy lick when they go over there and snatch it from him. Well, the dude with the 1 belt is saying that he should get more money than the dude with the 2 belts, claiming that he got more accolades when he ain't done nothing in the weight class. Both of them didn't come from 140. From 140, you got one that came from 140. He's still living off the stuff that he did in another weight class, and ain't done nothing in the weight class that he in.
Shouldn't he?
Define nothing.
Shouldn't he?
Because he has a championship right now.
Shouldn't
first
he?
fight.
He's a division champion. Former undisputed.
First fight got a belt.
But he's the guy he beat. But he is not the best welterweight in the world.
Says
look, he the top pound for pound over Errol Spence.
Right. What's the best in the sport?
Pound for pound rankings is subjective and opinion.
So why Errol Spence ain't in front of them then?
It's subjective and opinion.
But why that means the expert's opinion is what you're saying is he's the best power forward in the NBA. I'm just using that analogy. This guy's the best player.
No. Pause a second. Unrelated. I need to get a tissue for a second. My nose is running. Hold on a second.
I know why his nose running. He's sick because he sound like
he on that white girl. He think he fucking with Martin Nash today on the Bud Crawford debate. You better get the right one, boy.
Yeah,
he just want to show it. Hey, look, he just want to show us. He want to show us that nice crib right there.
I just hope he came back in your right mind. I hope he came back in your right mind because it doesn't matter what talking about. He said this and he said that. Errol, you saying that you want to be an elite and you want to do all this. Well, you got to beat Bud. You got to see Bud at some point in time. And so you can keep crying me a river and saying that, on March 24th, he said this. And on Tuesday, he said he was going to do that. And I just don't like him. I don't like his hairline. I don't like his breath stink. But get in the ring.
But for real, man.
Tell me where Bud said that he didn't. I mean, not Bud. Tell me where EJ said he didn't want to fight Spence. Where's that? Where do you say that?
EJ is Spence. What we talking
No,
about?
no,
Here,
no,
man? Put that shit down, man. Put that
EJ
shit
don't
down.
want to fight no Bud.
I'm sorry, Crawford. I'm sorry, Crawford.
Man, you bring up Bud Crawford to Errol Spence. Errol Spence will talk to you about anything else but Bud Crawford. You say, hey, Errol, when you
Mike
gonna
Lewis
fight
handle
Bud?
my light
Errol
work. Mike
Spence,
Lewis handle my light work right now.
He like,
Yeah,
man, you
light
say
work.
Errol Spence, you gonna fight Bud Crawford? Errol Spence like, man, it's nice weather we having today. Errol Spence, when you gonna fight Bud? Man, I just bought me a new car. Errol Spence, when you gonna fight Bud? Hey, you want to go to the bar, have a drink? This nigga don't need it, don't want it.
He
This
hates
man
Bud
is
Crawford.
this man is Gregory
I want to
Hines
ride my
and
horses.
Davion Glover and Seven David.
Come on, man.
EJ will ride his horse to Jerry's World and spank that ass.
Okay.
Spank what
And-
ass?
Hey, listen, I tell you what.
You talking about Carlos Ocampo again? A rematch with Carlos Ocampo?
I'm
You want to know Little Mikey? Little
I'm
Mikey.
talking about TC.
No. If he wanted that, he should stop making all these excuses, asking why the man showed up to his fight when he was up there. Look, he was up there Canelo fight. Yeah.
Only one I hear talking man is
I
Crawford.
want Canelo.
Say that again. Hold on. What you say?
Only one I hear talking is Crawford about I'm the A side, I'm this, I'm that.
He's trying to fight. He's at least saying the guy's name, Bailey.
I should get
that dude ain't even trying to say his name unless somebody bring it up.
Look, here's my thing. Here's my.
This is the last thing I want to say. It's on document. Before you say your thing, let me say one thing.
Hold on, Mark. Let him get off. Let Terrence get off, bro.
Look,
go ahead.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. I want them to stop talking about all that, all the dumb stuff. Talking about, say who's the A side, who's the B side, the money, this and the other, whatever. Get in the ring and fight. Whoever is the winner, if you got a rematch clause, then you decide. The winner in the rematch, or the winner of the first fight. If you got a rematch clause, that will determine who's the A side or B side. Right now, both of them individuals are the best two in the division. Just get it on. And
EJ got to get in the ring for them to fight, brother.
Man, hey, look, man, you're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't care about none of that. The two just need to fight, and forget about the rest of that mess claiming about who. It seems like to me what the argument is the 60-40 or A side B side. All which is dumb stuff to us as fans. We don't need.
EJ is the instigator.
Stuff that us as fans really don't need to be getting involved with because we can't spend the money. All we want to see is the fight.
I ain't getting a dime of that.
Yeah, we just want to see the fight.
Those my bars, by the way.
And all I want to see is him getting. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I got you. Well, copyright that. All they need to do is get in the ring and fight. That's what I want to see. And that's something I will pay for. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the fights that, if you've been watching boxing since the 80s, like I have, you know what I'm saying? I'm a 70s baby. You know what I'm saying? Early 70s baby. So I'm used to watching, you know what I'm saying, with my dad, you know what I'm saying, the Sugar Ray fights. When Sugar Ray came out of retirement and fought the boy from Canada was Donnie Lalonde and I come out watching USA fights on Tuesday nights and when Roy first turned pro and all that stuff in the 90s. All I want to see is a good fight. I don't want to see no BS matchmaking. You know what I'm saying? Bringing people slowly, get in the ring and fight. All that mess about A side, B side, I can't spend the money. I don't care how much money you made. It's not coming in my account. Who gives a damn? So,
sir,
fight.
I get what you're saying, but let's start here. And that was I'm glad you landed that plane because here we go. Your guy, Errol Spence Jr., is the one who brought all that into the public. He's the one who said 70-30. He said, or whatever we give him. Now, I don't care if you rooting for Bud Crawford to win or Errol Spence Jr. As a boxing fan, whether you make the money or not, you got to know when you go public saying, 70-30, 60-40, 70-30, or whatever we get him, that's egregious, man. And that's a guy not trying to make the fight when you do those kind of negotiations in public. It's disrespectful. It's insulting. Terrence Crawford is a 6-time champ, 2-time lineal champ. This guy is doing everything the right way. But on the flip side, you got your guy, but he said he ran. Oh, I knew you was going to be here. That face-to-face, I never seen nobody but Bud Crawford stand up to Errol Spence like that. But even after that, he was online messing with him like, hey, man, let's make this fight, blah, blah, blah. EJ hit him on the side, on the FaceTime, like, hey, man, chill out. I know you want the fight, but that's not how you're going to get it. Right after that, Bud popped back on, said, I talked to Spence, we just FaceTime, we're going to get the fight happening. and after that he left him alone. Then he comes back again. Like he's just like he's so regular, he's so cool, but your dude out here, Dr. Seuss Big Cap, and then we're talking about 70-30. Like you got to know that's not even a respectful offer. That's not a respectful offer for a 6-time again, right? He a 6-time champ, bro. So when you talk about you ain't did nothing at the point guard position, but man, I'm a 2-time MVP. I keep doing this shit over and over, and he's knocking these dudes out right now. Like the guys that Spence going in there with him, he didn't knock out Little Mikey. What was his last knockout? Was Campos his last knockout? If I'm not mistaken.
Hey, every fighter, including his intro to the welterweight division, has been absolutely an early closure.
Sleep, done, stop. If they wasn't sleep, the ref waved his hands because nobody needs to see no more.
Terrence Crawford.
Okay. Terrence Crawford.
Terrence Crawford don't know how to go through the final bell. He doesn't know what that's
and World Combat, all that tough talk Spence was doing when they pulled up on each other with the red and black hoodies, looking like boxing version of Ken and Ryu. My man, that shit has stopped. He was like, get a belt first. The dude got a belt. The dude is knocking dudes out. They said he ain't fought nobody. I beat the guy you fought in quicker time and more devastating fashion. And he wasn't coming, like he's beating guys coming off of wins.
Man,
you get what I'm saying?
Was over the hill,
off of
man. Fuck that.
So what, sir?
The Brooklyn shit.
Okay, that's your opinion. But let him say it. He was in the best shape of his life. I feel strong now. I don't have the shadow of the 10-pound limit of the IBF. So now when I come back in and fight, I can weigh 160, 165. Bring all that on. I'm gonna lay all 165 on pound. You come in as 200 pounds, as the man said, and I'm gonna still do what I do. And
let me ask Terrence this though, Mark. Hey Terrence, when they met face to face and Bob was on deck, it was a lot said there, and we heard EJ say that he'd rather take the route of Sean Porter, which is the easy route. Why wouldn't he go and take the route of Sean Porter? And then Terrence Crawford asked him, like, so y'all didn't talk about me? And then, he was like, no, we didn't talk about you. So he admitted right there that his next plan of attack was indeed Sean Porter. So since he was able to get that finished, now he want to act like Bud Crawford doesn't matter. The language is different. The energy is different. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to be entitled. What is going on with your boy, man? Come on, man.
Like I said, I was joking, but I was serious. You asked Errol Spence, what about Bud Crawford? We're going to talk about everything else.
Go ahead, Terrence. Go ahead, Terrence.
Okay, well, I didn't hear that when that was said. But if that was said in the way that you said it, okay, when he went and he fought Sean Porter, it wasn't so easy now, was it?
And when EJ fought Sean Porter, no, it wasn't supposed to be easy. I mean, but EJ said he made it difficult because he was up at 187, 187, 189, and he made it a little bit difficult.
But brother, but you said prior, I mean, in your initial argument, you said that why you take, it was basically the easy route.
No, he said that. Yeah, Terrence said EJ said that Sean Porter, why wouldn't he go the easy route and fight Sean Porter? That's what EJ said.
To Terrence Crawford?
Correct.
That Terrence Crawford should fight Sean.
No, EJ was talking to Terrence Crawford, and Terrence and him was talking back and forth about, Bob was right there. He said, you and Al didn't talk about me coming up or whatever. He said, no, we talked about Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he said, for real? He said, why wouldn't I take the Sean Porter route?
Well, okay. Well, Sean Porter was also the holder of the WBC strap too. So you gotta look at it like that. Sean Porter was holding the WBC strap, and that's the most prestigious belt in boxing. That's the Ali belt. That's Sophia.
I understand all that, but
I got a question. I got a question, Terrence.
Let me finish answering his. So, I can understand that, but it wasn't. But regardless of how how it was framed of a easy fight, there's no such thing as an easy fight with Sean Porter. That's
what his verbiage was. He articulated that. That was his words, and that's basically saying
that's bravado.
Terrence Crawford wasn't even in the equation for him to select as a next opponent. Well, so even after him defeating Sean Porter, then there's no speak of Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Because Manny Pacquiao, he's turning 53 and a half. So therefore,
153 and a half.
Let's fight Terrence Crawford that's out there. You and him have a history. Y'all been talking, but he act like he want to go up and try to fight at 160. Obviously, that's stupidity because Canelo just vacated the WBA, his second title division. He's talking about
happened after the fact.
68. I mean, come on, man.
That happened after the fact, though. He just vacated like what's it been like the last 48 hours?
But why is EJ, which is recent, why is he talking about fighting Canelo at 60 when Canelo is talking about fighting at 68? It's stupid.
Because for one thing, EJ is squeezing himself down to 147.
Oh, yeah, that's what he says, but he's the one also in the media talking about I'm on the verge of cleaning out the welterweight division.
Okay, well, all right, well, let me say this.
We don't need no interpreter. We don't need no interpreter.
Okay, well, let me say this. Let me try to answer your question. All right. Okay, EJ beat Kell Brook and got the IBF, IBO, whatever title, IB something. And then
he took Sean Porter,
and no, he got the WBC from Sean Porter. So when you say that he dismissed Terrence Crawford, that he said he's dismissing Terrence Crawford, he went for Sean Porter, obviously because he got the WBC. You know what I'm saying? That was a strap grab. His whole thing, strap season, right? So he went after that. All right. Then he's been chasing Pacquiao, right? Pacquiao even got in the ring with him. You know what I'm saying? And he called him out. He got and whatever. And Pacquiao didn't want no parts of whatever. He's still chasing Pacquiao. Now Terrence Crawford been chasing Pacquiao for what had been 7 years, and then Bob Arum admittedly blocked that. You know what I'm saying? So Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence is doing exactly what he said that he was going to. They trying to do when he said clean out the division, and in his thinking of clean out the division is consolidating all the titles and getting all the titles. And what appears to be happening is that he's leaving Terrence Crawford for last.
He was just in front of the mic saying once the guy said, "Will we be able to see Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford?" and he barely touched on it, but yet
you're going to have to see Terrence Crawford and
Canelo Alvarez.
That's going to have to happen.
He was more so expressing that he wanted to fight Canelo Alvarez at 60. That's what he was expressing. He didn't say Manny Pacquiao. He didn't say none of that.
What? Okay, no. That fight right now is being negotiated. That fight right now, the Pacquiao and Errol Spence fight right now is actually on the table, is actually in the works and being negotiated. Now, when he talked about Canelo, and even Canelo said that's a fight for down the road. Canelo brushed that shit off, at a catchweight at 160 for down the road, because even if Canelo was to say, I'll take that fight right now, I personally would be, as a fan, that's all I am as a fan, I would be against it, because you know what I see? I see another version of Roy Jones against John Ruiz, and then another fight with Antonio Tarver. That's what I see.
With who and who? EJ and who?
EJ and Canelo, and they're coming back down and fighting Terrence Crawford.
So you saying EJ is who in the John Ruiz Roy Jones matchup?
He's Roy Jones.
Absolutely not.
No. You're not getting what I'm saying. If he goes up to that weight class,
I get what you're saying.
If he goes up to that weight class, and they have to come down and lose the weight, and then fight a high caliber fighter like Terrence Crawford, and have to lose all that weight and muscle that fast, have to come down and fight a high caliber fighter. I'm not saying he's Roy Jones. I'm saying what he would do to his body.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying with that, but also if you are planning to move up division, because you're saying your weight drain,
I'm saying move up back down.
The Errol Spence being undisciplined, drinking outside of fight camp. Let's be clear. And okay, who's to attest that he don't? If I get him blood and cup urine right now, he gonna be good. I get him.
I take him at his word. He said he don't drink no more.
Let me say something real quick right there.
Hold up,
please, man.
Hold on, Mark.
It applies to that statement.
This is my channel, Mark.
Yes, sir.
But check this out, Terrence. Look at it this way. Why hasn't Arrow been talking about the weight situation all alone so we can leave this fight alone with Bud Crawford? You keep talking about unifying. The only way you're going to unify is Pacquiao and Crawford. So if by chance you complain about fucking weight, why mention to boxingscene.com that I'm on the verge of cleaning out the welterweight division? But yet he has his advocates over here saying, oh, well, it's too tough for him to make 147. So he's more so inclined to move up to 54 because he's depleting himself in weight and it's getting tough. Which one is it going to be? You going to clean out the welterweight division, or you going to vacate and move up to 54?
I repeat what he said. I'm not in his camp. I never met the dude. I'm a fan. I repeat what he said. Am I going to speculate? No. Just like with my own channel, which I started. I ain't have my first show yet, but if I do a show, which I'm going to do very, very few shows on boxing, but if I do a show on boxing, it's going to be a live guest. I'm not going to sit on there and talk myself. I'm going to have the actual fighter on, or his trainer, or somebody like that. I'm not going to sit on there and talk. I'm going to have somebody on there. I'm not going to talk.
For sure. Mark, go ahead, cook, man.
And let me start off with this. World Combat, I truly apologize, man. I kind of lost myself for a second right there. And I didn't mean to cut you off. And I never disrespect the man that I
Mark be on his channel telling people, this is my channel, goddammit. I'm going to run this shit the way I see it. And then he get on somebody else's channel and he cut people off, dog.
I'd be like, this is my channel too. And I'm because I shared the link. No, I'm joking. I'm bullshit. Hey man, I said I'm sorry, man. Take the man for his word, like my man said. But on some real shit, man, this is what I want to say about that statement. Do you guys remember when what's his name? Nate Jones, right? The guy who he's a co-trainer in the TMT gym, right? And his last name Jones, Big Nate. He used to Olympian. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Big Nate.
All right.
The body bag.
You guys remember?
Be right back.
Oh nah, this for you. We gonna have to talk about something else because this goes back to taking the man for his word.
I fill in for you while you waiting on him to get back, man.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I let you do. Look, man, with that fight right there, I don't even like talking about it no more because that fight is more hypothetical. It's just as hypothetical as the 5 years we spent with Mayweather Pacquiao.
Oh, man.
We're going to keep getting the same thing. So,
but we got it, though. I thought you was Mike. I'm sorry.
No.
Dion.
No.
Dion. I'm sorry, Dion.
Give me a date. Let me know when we supposed to be. I'm there. But until we got a date and the ink done dried on the contract, I really don't even care about entertaining this conversation about this fight because we either gonna get one or two things. It's gonna drag out for 2 or 3 years and we finally gonna get the fight, or we gonna put all our energy like we did with AJ and Joshua, with AJ and Wilder, and we got no fight. So
technically we already put years into it.
I mean, we have, but I mean, we're at the breaking point now to where it's all hypothetical now.
I agree.
It's close. I mean, the reason I'm saying it's hypothetical is it's close as can be to be made, but the fighters are not nowhere close. The networks are nowhere close. The promoters or advisors, managers or whatever that are nowhere close. So, as far as I'm concerned, they say 2021. They say we'll get that fight this year, but I'm looking 2022 for that fight or 2023 for that fight. I'm not seeing that fight nowhere near close. I'm not gonna waste my time on it. So if we do get a date this year, I'll be happy. I promise you. I'll go ahead and book my flight. I do whatever I need to do to be there, but show me the date, man.
Well, can I reply to him, please?
Yeah. I'll be there.
Mr. Washington.
Yeah.
Sir. I gotta respectfully disagree with you because we've been talking about Charlo fighting Canelo and what Canelo needs to do and things like that, and we give that energy.
Well,
Why we don't want to give this fight that energy? And when we do give it energy, we say Bud should just take what he got. Take whatever they give him. He got 2 belts. We're doing the work, the duck work for Spence. Some channels,
well,
some
we're doing
some
like
we're.
I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. I'm just saying, like you're giving him a way out. You're saying Bud should do this. Bud need to do that. And no disrespect to bring it back to the 135. Earlier in the conversation, I heard guys up here saying, I don't know who said it verbatim, but if it was the host, I'm sorry, sir, but I got to disagree with you. But I think definitely Mr. Washington said it.
I probably said.
And you said, I think he need 2 more fights before he fight Tank. Who said that?
I did say that.
Why are you saying
Ryan
that?
Garcia?
Like we want these guys to fight. We want to see the best fight the best. We want to see competition. We want to see these premier names.
Take that up with me.
Yes, sir. I'll take it up with you. We only got
right now.
My man. I'm
not
here.
After him getting off the canvas, you
respectfully, sir. I'm here. I came for it, man.
I'm just saying. I seen Tank fight in person. Ryan Garcia needs 2 more fights before he step. Go ahead with your point though, because I want to make sure it's on code.
When the code is this, I want to see the best fights.
Yeah, for sure.
Period. I don't care if it's black and Mexican, and a Honduras dude from New York. I don't care. And for us to, as fans, after the man out his own mouth is saying, "I want that guy next," why are we who are telling him, "Nah, why you should have 2 more," and we putting that out there in the atmosphere? No, let him go get fucked up then.
Okay, I see what
you know what you're saying. You think you Billy Badass? Then you go fight Billy Badass. You learn you good at math.
You know what? From that perspective, I'm with you, Nash. From that,
that's all I'm saying.
I'm with you, because I think he does need his ass whooped.
I'm just saying, let him go get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like you think you bad, you think you can do it. Let's do it. But you also have to build this fight. And I heard somebody talking to me, man, maybe September. And then put it on the undercard. No, man, these guys need to be their own big stars. No Oscar and Floyd Mayweather legacy match. No, man, y'all sit your asses down. Be promoters. Help build these dudes up. I'm sorry, I'm ranting now. I'm sorry.
All right, I understand you ranting, but I'm just saying sometimes you have to just generalize it to the point where it's therapeutic and it's not as brash as you're talking. I understand. I agree with what you're just saying. But all I was saying is when it comes down to if he's ready, I have to give it to the supporters. Say, is Ryan Garcia ready for a fight with Gervonta Davis? In my opinion, that's what I said. He needs probably 2 more fights before he's stepping there and getting knocked out.
He's never gonna be ready, bro. That's what I'm saying. Unless Tank catch Tank as an old person who's fat coming off weight, but Tank Focus is gonna beat him every time. Now, he's gonna grow out of the wake.
Tank lacks discipline in between fights too.
Exactly.
So,
that's why I was like, he need to fight him right now in May. Cinco de Mayo. Let's do it.
Cinco de Mayo. I'm here for that. I'm
here for it. Let these young guys be stars. And the reason why Ryan wants that and needs that, because Golden Boy needs it. They need a pay-per-view event, man.
Absolutely.
And they don't lost their golden goose. So when we was talking about earlier, like what Oscar talking about this and that with Garcia, he has to, and he learned it from Bob Arum. Same way Floyd learned it from Bob Arum and Don King. These guys been around. I got to say my guy is better than Ali. I got to say he's the next Floyd Mayweather. People hate Haney for that. But what am I supposed to tell the guy? Hey, man, you're never going to be as good as Floyd Mayweather. I can't tell him that. He got to go out here and put his life on the line, man. So part of my passion, part of my tone, World Combat, you see me, man. Like when I'm out there, man, I low key, I'm super respectful. But between me and you, I try hard not to fan out, man, because I'll be like, man, you guys are doing it, man. I'm proud of you. I can't believe it, man. You know what I'm saying? They call that fanning out. I just call it giving people their flowers.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. With that, I digress. But I just want to ask Mr. Bailey this: are you back, sir?
Terrence, you back?
Yeah, man, brother. Go ahead.
All right. So with taking the man at his word and what World Combat said, as far as like jokingly, of course, said, hey man, I'll give him the cup right now, let him piss in the cup. I don't know. Is he? I'm gonna take the man for his word. Nate Jones.
Let who piss in what cup now?
Jokingly, we was joking about Errol Spence not being drunk no more or being out there drinking, right?
I got you.
Respectfully, of course, to Errol Spence. I don't mean no disrespect. He a grown ass man. He deserved to sip some spirits if he want to. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta respect the brothers. Gotta respect the brothers.
Man, I respect anybody who God put on this earth. You get what I'm saying?
Anybody got the balls to get that ring, especially.
Man, I don't care if you work at the gas station, you deserve respect.
Well,
I'm just saying. I'm getting off track here. I'm getting off track. Yes, they deserve respect too. Yeah, that too, man. Everybody, I don't want to murder nobody. Yeah, I'm getting off track here. I'm babbling, man. I'm babbling. Let me stay focused on this point though.
All right,
the point was this. I remember when they asked Nate Jones about who did he think he would win in that fight, and he said, I say Crawford, and he kind of said it quick, and he was like, like Errol Spence, he parties, he drinks, you know what I'm saying, he don't leave a clean box in life. This was well before, like a long time before the DUI, and I remember and the accident, and I remember him getting mad at Nate Jones, and he was like, Nate Jones don't know me, he don't hang out with me, blah 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 blah, and it turned out it was true. Took the man for the work. Hold up, I'm just saying. Not only did he get, it wasn't just a DUI accident. His face is still messed up from the accident when they finally pulled him in for a mug shot a while later. That mug shot, he looking fucked up, and that was a long time later. All right, so let's rewind a little bit more. Do you remember when he didn't perform as well as we thought he would against Mikey and Sean? Sean gave him a rougher time. Now, at the time, we was like, well, Sean Porter's a tough match for anybody. Prior to that, they was like, well, he didn't stop Mikey. He wanted to show people he can box. This is what the narrative was. Check the replay on all these channels. That's what they was going with. But now, after the accident, he admits, I wasn't taking boxing seriously. I was blowing up in weight. Hey, I was partying too much. This is what he says now. But back then, he was like, I just want to show I had a good boxing. You get what I'm saying? So I said all of that to say this. You never heard nothing like that from Terrence Bud Crawford.
Ever.
Period. Right. You never hear about him, hey, well, I wasn't focused. I wasn't taking boxing seriously. I was blowing up in weight in between fights.
Okay.
Never.
All right.
And that's why some people like me are saying at the end of the day, this guy ain't never lied to me. Same thing if you want to go with Wild and Fury. It's a whole nother thing. But that one guy ain't never cheated. He ain't never lied to me. The other guy, cheated, snorted cocaine, about to kill himself off the bridge, drunk driving, like, all kind of shit. So I got to go with the person who ain't never lied to me. I'm sorry. With that, I'm done. Thank you, World Combat, for your time.
Hey, but Mark, let me respond to what you said, though. First, before I do that, well, this in my response, we answer your question. I know, we're talking about people being veterans and all that kind of stuff. Are you a vet?
Come on, Bailey. You already know that, sir.
Okay. All right. So then you should have, well, I would assume that I can't say, I'm not going to say what you should have. I assume that you have a keen observation, observatory skill, right?
I tried to, sir.
Okay. Now, even though Spence was saying that he was offended by the comments of the brother that you mentioned about saying him not leading a clean lifestyle, being a prize fighter or whatnot.
I didn't say he was offended, sir. I don't mean to cut you off, but that's not what my words were. He discredited that man. He said it wasn't true. Well, that man doesn't know me. He doesn't hang out with me.
Well, that sounds like he was offended. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Yeah, being offended and calling somebody a liar is different things.
Yeah. Well, he sounded the way you're framing it. He sounded offended. I didn't hear it. So,
Okay.
but the way you're framing it, he sounded offended. Okay, so if you were watching like the interactions between, like, let's say him and Tank, and I think it was somebody else, was Adrian Broner or whatever, in the hallway after a fight or whatever, when he was talking about, I started fighting and such date, and it was the wrong date or something like that. He was obviously under the influence of something. If you see video or pictures of him in between fights, where he was obviously at least 170 to 180, you know what I'm saying, on a better side of 200 pounds, you know what I'm saying, in between fights. There were a whole lot of things that were obvious that between fights he was taking extended vacations, to put it mildly. There's one thing of what somebody says, and there's something else of what you see. And there's some of us, not all of us, but there's some of us who are, you know what I'm saying, who do have some level of training to be able to look at things and be like, okay, no, you know what, I see that. But you know what I'm saying, but yet at the same time, be like, okay, this dude is still a top-notch fighter. Now, the Mikey Garcia fight, yeah, he was weight drained and all that stuff or whatever, but the thing I took away from that fight was that he showed another wrinkle to his game. The same way how when Brother Nassim Richardson was still living, and Andre Ward was still young in his career. We're talking about back around the time when he fought Chad Dawson, I think at a catch weight, and he beat Chad Dawson. I think it was before that fight. I think it was a lead up to that fight.
No, Chad Dawson came up in weight to challenge Andre Ward. I mean, came down in weight to challenge Andre Ward.
Yeah. I said it a catch weight.
Well, it wasn't a catch. He came all the way down. And win, lose, or draw, he still knew he was going to keep his belt at the other weight. That's all I want to say.
Okay. Well, the lead up to that fight, Brother Nassim Richardson said that Andre Ward had wrinkles in his game that nobody has seen yet because he hasn't needed to show them. It was like he said that the dude has power. The dude can crack, and the dude has other things that he can do, but he hasn't fought anybody that brought them out of him. That was the same thing with Errol Spence when he fought Mikey Garcia. He didn't have the power to get him out of there because he was drained. So he couldn't go in there and fight him in the trenches like how he fought, like, say, a Bundu or a lot of other people. So he fought him from the outside and just beat him up. He couldn't get him out of there, so he just tortured him for the entire fight. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd much rather than get beat up for 12 rounds, knock me out. So and then the Sean Porter fight, he had no choice, but you got
Don't
no
worry
choice.
about it, big dog. It's all good. Hey, look, man. We can keep the conversation moving, man, because I already see what's happening here. You riding for your guy, you making excuses for him.
No. I'm not.
And shit like that. And you missing the whole point. Like, we was there. We know what happened. And,
I'm saying you should have saw it. No,
my man. But in real time,
I'm saying
you guys wasn't saying that. Y'all,
I'm saying
bro,
you should have
I've been
saw
following
it.
you for a minute, Mr. Bailey.
I'm saying
I've been
you should have
following
saw
you.
it. I'm
Man,
saying you should have saw it. I'm saying you should have saw it.
I've been saying it. That's why I got this hat on. Hello?
What hat is that?
Oh, man, you better check the logo. This Bud Crawford hat, man. Come on. You see what it is?
Hey, look.
I've been saying it. All I'm just trying to say is
I only got one.
Use your observation skills, soldier. One guy has deceived you several times over. The other guy has never lied to you. Which enemy combatant would you bring in the safety?
To fight with you hand in hand in combat. Which one?
Hey, look. I'm telling you, if you listen to what I'm saying, he never deceived me. because
Okay.
and I'm telling you, he shouldn't have deceived you if your observation skills was on point, because you should have seen it from the whole. You should have seen it.
I've heard you in other shows. I've heard what you said before over the last couple months, even before, because he didn't say this until this recent interview. And prior to you and other channels, sir, I'm not saying this trying to get you in no gotcha game. Yeah. But I mean, and it's easy to do that now because he's on record as saying it. And you can't take that from the man. So you got to go with it. But that weight drain shit, bro, it's still 147. So what's the point? He's still going to fight at 147 for these titles. He just fought at 147. He fought again at 147.
How many
he gonna
times
fight Bud at 147? What's this weight drain we talking about?
How many things have you brought up that I said that I didn't see that? So I'm going on what you said.
I need your email, brother. So because I ain't trying to bully you or trying to get in or trying to get you to sway a certain way.
Terrence
I'm trying to loud talk
Terrence
you.
Bailey Senior at gmail.com.
Put it in the private chat, and I'm gonna copy and paste it. But that's all I'm saying, man. Like, I just want to enlighten you with some information. But at the end of the day, even what you're saying is what they said when they were face to face with them black and red Ken and Ryu hoodies. And my man said, watch when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weight drained. He stayed at 147 too long. He said, stop who? He said, you. He said, I bet 100,000 on that. He said, bet $1 million. This is almost verbatim.
Who said that? Who said what now?
Terrence
Crawford said, watch when I stop him. Y'all
Stop
gonna say he's talking about Spence. And he's saying this to Spence in his face and everybody else who's gathered around. Y'all gonna say he was too weight drained. He stayed at 147 too long. He said, stop who? He said, stop you. He was like, man, I bet 100,000 on that. He said, bet $1 million. And he got right in his face, bet $1 million. Every time Spence was getting agitated and focused too much on something else, Bud made it a show. He was like, control your niggas. Control your niggas. He said, all right, well, I'm right here. Talk to me. You talk to me. I'm right here. And step right in his face. Man, he tried to grab Bud. He was like, nah, you fat. Like this, I'm ripped. I'm ready right now. I'm going to make you do the stanky leg right there.
Hey, look, man.
Bud was talking that shit, bro.
Hey, stop all the A side, B side, 70, 40, 60, 30, all that stuff, man. Get in the ring and fight. Get the rematch clause. And then you worry about who the A side, B side. You know, so after you establish the winner of the first fight, you know, worry about that in the second fight. Just get the fight going, man. Do it for the culture. Do it for the, do it for the fans. Do it for the sport. Just get the fight going, man. All the other stuff, man. I don't care. Fight. That's what you're here for. That's why we here to see it. Fight. All the other stuff, man. Personally, I really don't give a damn. I really don't care. I don't spend. You know what I'm saying? I can't spend the money. I don't live in a mansion. I'm not driving the Bentley. I drive a freaking 1500 Bighorn. That's what I drive. I drive a Dodge Bighorn, and I got a 72 Nova and a 78 Thunderbird. That's what I drive.
So are you disappointed at your guy Spence for putting that narrative out there?
I ain't disappointed in nothing, man. All I want is to fight.
I said, are you? Well, as a fan,
I really don't care.
Okay, well, you got to know as a fan who sees the fights. I've seen you on several panels for a long time. You understand it's a business of boxing, right? If I'm not.
Yeah.
And I've heard you speak on it before.
Yeah, I don't profit
so
from it.
So I don't want you to just change up for this one conversation, sir.
And how many times have you heard me say, I'm what? A fan.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
I'm a fan. Personally, when it comes down to all the other BS, I don't give a damn. I don't profit from it.
I agree, sir. That's my bar. I tell you, that's my bar all the time. But
I'm gonna sit on my couch and drink some Grand Marnier and some hot wings and sit there and talk cold cash trash. What a fight going on. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm looking for
World Combat. I'm done, man. Like that's all I wanted to say, World Combat. Like I see where we at here though, and it's all love, and I appreciate you having me on.
I love you, bro.
I'm just done with this topic though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna ride with you though, whatever you want to talk about. I appreciate you having me on. I definitely shared the link to all of my subscribers, and make sure y'all smash that like button wherever y'all are.
Well, we can definitely hope, wish, and pray. But the one individual that's just been putting all the deterrence up is absolutely AJ. His moniker or hashtag used to be man down. I have officially changed it hashtag man up because all his opponents are now standing at the final bell.
Woo!
Mikey standing at the final bell. Danny Garcia standing at the final bell. Goddamn Sean Porter final bell. Man up. Pass that to EJ there, Terrence. Pass it to him. Man up. Not man down no more. It's man up.
Hey man.
If I don't forget hashtag sober up.
Hey, look, if I knew the brother,
he said hashtag sober up too. Let's insert that in there too. Mike said hashtag. If Mike give a hashtag, shit gonna count. Insert that into the goddamn order.
Hey, look,
insert it in the order and file it.
Hey, look, bro, that's kind of like a low blow, though. That's a low blow, man.
What's the low blow?
Mike didn't.
What's the
Mike
low blow?
That's a low blow, man.
Hey, Mike didn't mean any malice to that. He just said hashtag sober up. That's all of us coming off the New Year's. That's it. Ain't spent.
And well, look, if I knew the brother personally, I would damn sure tell him and ask him to pull up. But I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know him. I don't know nobody who do. You know what I'm saying? Who do know, man? And I know a lot of people. I know a whole lot of people, and I don't know nobody. I mean, if we do have a friend in common, I don't know who that is, and I never tried to find out.
All I'm saying is, man, we like in defense of Mike, if he was anybody else, we would have to get on him for that too. Like, I'm glad the brother made it. I'm glad he survived, and I'm glad he's changing his lifestyle.
What was so brutal about him saying sober up?
But at the end of the day,
because he almost died.
But he said sober up. That's what the 12-step program. The 12-step program tell y'all, hey, when you walk out these doors, stay sober up.
If a white boy said it, how would we act?
I wouldn't feel no certain way. Like, first of all,
and if it was a white guy who got in that incident, I think people would ride him the same way. A Hispanic guy. You know what I'm saying?
So self-infliction.
Like people still pick on Oscar for them high heels, right?
Well, hello.
Man, don't do me about Oscar.
He did it.
I don't want him to done this shit, dog.
Hey, the fishnets though.
We don't do that. This is a damn no-fly zone with all the damn acronym familiarity and all that shit. No, y'all gotta wait. Y'all go back over there with Donnie V and Mark Nash is having their fetish together.
You better cut that shit out, big dog. You better cut that shit out.
Donnie V be up on his panel, be like, "Let me kick it, Donnie V. I'm with my boy Mark Nash, and we in the back seat smoking, but it's getting a little too close, huh?" And I'm looking Mark in the eyes and saying, "Huh, hey, you making me smile."
What the fuck that happened?
Yo, I got a resident troll that comes on my show, man, but he's funny. He's a funny dude, and the first day he came on, everybody thought he was racist, and I didn't think that. He's just a guy who he's a Trump. That's what started it. He's a white guy Trump supporter. But I just look at him as he's a kid, man. Like, this shit is all. Look at this shit.
I know Mike. I know Mike will not support the channel if I allow what you allow with your best friend Donnie V on this channel.
That's my best friend.
The way y'all,
I got more pictures with you. Hey, look, I got pictures. Look, hey, World Combat.
I'm giving Donnie V too much.
World Combat.
You the only one under his house.
No, I ain't even gonna do it. I ain't even gonna do it to you like that. I was about to kill you. I was about to kill World Combat, but this is show and that's my man. But I was about to fuck him up on some joke shit, but I would walk right into his trap.
Hey, Mark Nash, man, why don't I get notifications from your show when your show is on no more, man?
Because you don't fuck with me for real, man. You must have unsubscribed, but it's all good. I still love you and I pray for you.
No, man, I ain't unsubscribed, you ugly bastard, man. I don't get no damn notifications.
Your mama don't even think I'm ugly. Jesus don't think I'm ugly, man.
Man,
okay, maybe Jesus, because he.
Can we return back to Black unity?
Hey.
Black Jesus think I'm beautiful though.
King Mitt said Bud fans just can't admit Spence currently has the leverage in negotiating in a fight. The fight might be 50-50, but somebody's going to get paid more. Right now, Spence garners more.
That's your man King Mitch. Now, as King Mitch does, he thinks 70-30 is a respectful offer. Even if you put, especially when you put it out there public, you said 60-40, 70-30, or whatever we give him.
70-30
whatever we give him, man.
Or whatever we get him, bro. He's not Mayweather.
See, that right there is just disrespectful.
That's the disrespect. He said I can move up and fight Canelo.
70-30.
That means I'm willing. That means I have so much leverage. I don't have to fight you. I have another option, and my other option is lucrative. Even if I might lose, whether you know what I'm saying, like I'll still have my belts here. And just to add what you guys were saying earlier about Canelo, it's not a good move for Canelo because he falls even further into that quote unquote cherry picker. But
70-40, 70-30 to fight a current champion. Even though you're the unified champion, it's not a respectable offer. I would say at the most, I would say we'll be fair being a 2 belt holder versus a 1 belt holder would be, you know what I'm saying?
When Mayweather came up, when these guys come up, you look at them as 1 belt holders.
Not more than a 5% difference. A 5 to 10% difference, not more than that.
So what does it take to get 50-50? The WBA and WBO strap being together, or what? Is there any way that Terrence Crawford can enter that fight with Errol Spence having 2 belts, Manny Pacquiao still active champion, and Terrence Crawford has his WBO title?
Well, they're not going to fight. I don't believe there's going to be a Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fight with Manny Pacquiao being an active champion. I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, it's nobody's schedule for Manny Pacquiao between them two.
Those two are looking to knock off Manny Pacquiao before fighting each other.
Right, but I think that's all wrong because I think Manny Pacquiao ain't gonna fight both of y'all. I think he got
to fight one or the other.
Yeah, man, and I think they should both undefeated welterweight champions. Y'all should fight, and Manny Pacquiao come in. And a lot of people don't like that. They be like, "Why Manny Pacquiao get to do that?" Because he's the last of the legends. That's why Canelo is Canelo. He came in boxing at a perfect time.
So peep this out there, Mark Nash.
I just want can I get 15 seconds? Maybe 10. Canelo no, go ahead.
No, I said go ahead. I ain't say nothing.
Canelo came in boxing at a perfect time where he can fight a lot of these legends on their way out. Like that's what. But at the end of the day, when you look at his resume, the names are the names. Like people and fans don't know where they were in their career. They just look up and say, "Damn, he fought Mosley, Canelo. He fought like it just looked good. He fought Mayweather,
all out of their primes, except for Mayweather."
Right. Mayweather wasn't even a prime Mayweather. Mayweather was past his prime. Mayweather was like 140.
And he couldn't
like
beat him.
Arturo Gotti. What you saw him do to Arturo Gotti, that was like that's prime time Mayweather. Like on the big stage, like bam, bam.
That was Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah, that's prime. That's prime.
Money Mayweather was about, you know what I'm saying? He was on some other stuff. He was on the look. Check this out. If you go back and you look at I
just wanted to land my plan with because I asked him for 10 seconds and we don't went over already. All I wanted to say is Canelo is in a good position because he's the guy who fought all the legends. Manny Pacquiao is the last of the living legends, man, and everybody wants to be the guy to take him out, or if not even take him out, get that check, man.
Let me ask you one question, Mark.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to Manny Pacquiao, what leverage does he bring to the table? Something dealing with his career. What's the first thing as far as his career that comes to the leverage table? Just take the WBA title away. Take the WBA title away. If he didn't
have a belt at all, he's still a pay-per-view sale. It's going to be the biggest check of your life. It's going to be an opportunity. It's going to be a media experience. Like your family going to talk about this. They're going to write. Even if you go in there and get blown away, they're going to write about you in history books because he's already going to be in the history books.
So PPV what? Like with who? Anybody particular?
Man, he can fight me and sell a pay-per-view. You see what Mayweather doing? You don't think Pacquiao gonna do that?
It's not gonna do that much.
That's hyperbole. I'm sorry.
I know it's a hyperbole.
But you talking about between the two guys? I think the guys for the biggest fight from
the
Pacquiao,
championships, right? 8 division champions with him, right?
He only got to fight one. I don't even think that's fair of us as fans to say he should go out there and have to fight both of them. But if he in the fight game, he in the game.
But don't they bring Manny Pacquiao's 8 divisions always to the table? They
got to.
So why can't they got to with Crawford?
Bro, that's why I'm wearing the hat.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why. Look, I don't hate Canelo.
Like,
I'm one of the few black people that be like,
I mean, that was
when I'm on these panels, they be like, "You caping for Canelo?" I said he fought all the legends, and they gonna say, "Well, he fought him at the wrong time." I said, "But he got the shot, and he rose to the occasion. He did what he's supposed to do." And he was a baby. And he was a baby. He was a kid. He's still young now. We was talking about him being at the end of his career. Man, Canelo just getting started. He about to get this Mayweather leverage, and that's what he working on. He's like, I'm gonna take a tough fight. Now, granted, you know what I'm saying? I'm going up in weight, win, lose, or draw. Like, you don't know the guy, novice fan, because a lot of these dudes are novice fans, man. They only know what the media tell them, and that boxing media is smaller and smaller. And it's us as YouTubers. We got to tell them who Rocky Feldman is. We got to tell them who a Callum Smith is or Caleb Plant. They don't know Caleb Plant. My wife don't know who Caleb Plant, but she loved them Charlo twins, which is weird for me.
Let's touch on this too, Mark.
During the fight, I'll be like, bitch, sit down.
We have to understand that Terrence Crawford, 3 divisions, means something. You have to bring that and also leverage it toward him going in there with EJ to make this fight. Sometimes, a lot of times people just want to exclude the fact that, he fought in Dongo, which some want to consider him the worst unified champion ever. I get it. That's was at his disposal, and he made, work of it the way he should. So therefore, he is a 3 division champion, and he's been up there after fighting Jeff Horn and defended his title 4 times. And I always tell people, I'm almost finished. I always tell people that Errol Spence is contending in his campaign in the welterweight division. So logically, and everything about that, he should have a better resume than Terrence Crawford. But if you look at the amount of Terrence Crawford 5 fights, and look at goddamn Errol Spence 5 fights, I mean, it don't even come close. But they're gonna say, "Oh, he much more experienced now." Okay, so Errol Spence been in the division much longer than Terrence Crawford. Why isn't it even a question? Why didn't he separate himself from this talk? Why it took him so long to become world champion? Just don't wait to now to say you the better welterweight. You've been contending at this weight longer than Terrence Crawford, who was contending in lower weights. That's all I'm saying. You've been here. Your shit should be on point. It should be on code.
Hey, bro. You brought up Ndongo. Ndongo is ducking a rematch with Tay Jones.
He just got off a fight where he quit, that Terrence. I don't think that's going to fly too much amongst these damn boxing astutes on here today. Ndongo just quit in the second round on national TV.
And can I echo something you said real quick, World Combat? Yeah, man, you missed that fight. Yeah, he quit. He definitely quit.
Against who?
Man, I forgot, but everybody saw it. It just happened. Happened.
Go ahead, Mark.
And it was early. It was early on some Terrence Crawford shit too. He didn't even go that far. But I want to.
When did this happen though?
Google it real quick. It's on BoxRec.
Yeah, he just quit.
It was during quarantine. But look, King Mitch said something World Combat, and I want to echo something you said. He said something about Pac-Man is the A side because he's a big draw, not because the 8 divisions. King Mitch, this your boy too, cause I see him here all the time. But Big World Combat, tell him why that 8 divisions makes him a big draw. Like, and I tried to tell him in the chat, but it's so short, and you can't separate the two. You get what I'm saying? He was like, Pac-Man's the A side because he a big draw, not because of 8 divisions. So
King Mitch, I ask you this: why is he the A side? Because the 8 divisions, right? You take away the 8 divisions, he ain't the A side. It's all of what Pacquiao has been able to accomplish in his career that provides him royalty. That is what's going on right here with Pacquiao. 8 divisions, the only one who's been able to do it right now. So even at 42 years old, you can't just say it's the Filipino nation that's supporting him and this, that, and the other.
Facts.
He brings that 8th division royalty, and also he has 7 losses on his record, which people sound like, they act like they don't even give a damn about. It's Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So I just want him to get his last fight out the way, pay him his 20 to 25 million, and send him on his way. If Bob Arum want to help Terrence Crawford get one of the best fights of his career, make it this fight right here. The Terrence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao. Not Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter.
And also, to World Combat, why we be saying some fighters like, man, he can do what he want to do. Canelo can do what he want to do. Why Pacquiao can't do what he want? Mayweather can do what he want to do.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, they can do what they want to do. And they all can. But Pacquiao, let him do what he want to do. I don't think he want to fight both of them.
Hey, like we was
and
talking
he shouldn't
earlier.
have to at this point. Unless he just want to prove it to himself. He feel like he got something to prove to the world. But these guys should be fighting each other and trying to build their own legacies, man. Because Pacquiao is the last of the legends, man. Canelo, like, he's on his way to becoming one of those because he has the name. Like, man, you got to beat the guy to become the guy. And these guys are, like, man, they got to fight each other and fighting other guys who got losses already, who was once a champion. But, like, Sean Porter, I like Sean Porter and I respect him. But he's a chip chaser, man. He trying to fight anybody got the belt. I heard him talking about fighting Jamel at one point.
Well, he's not taking a meal. He said he ain't taking the meal. That's lowballing.
Okay,
so
man. I get it. I get it.
Melo, he got 1.5 though. So,
but the way his deal is structured though, he should be getting money off the back end, right? Bob ain't gonna just promote the whole fight. Like, these guys be saying they their own boss all the time, but then they be saying tell Bob to call Al. Hold up, Al is not your promoter. You said right in your own face. You pulled your cell phone out and said, "Hey, EJ Promotion, can I speak?" Exactly. He looks over the contract. Who's your manager? Like, you got your own promotion company. Who's handling your day-to-day of EJ Promotions? Because they should be getting this deal done. And saying 70-30 publicly is not the way to get a deal done. And he knows that, man. Saying, well, I could fight Canelo. And then he just threw that out in the atmosphere. You get what I'm saying? And he was like, why he come to my fight then? He ain't come to my, why he come to my fight? It was, they got guys that was on that card that they came to support. People don't know about that. I can look the name up and tell you, but it ain't all about looking at EJ. We got other guys on that card that's Correct. In the building. And if you know, you know. Me, I'm in here having a couple of shots of tequila. I'm about to have another one right now. Shout out to Ryan.
I just want to know what y'all think about this scenario. And of course, it's nothing official, but we all know Jermell Charlo is holding the unified titles, and he's waiting on Patrick Teixeira and Brian Castano fight. Okay, to see who for the WBO world, right? So after that, it should be an open lane for both of these fighters to meet, Jermell Charlo and the winner of Teixeira and Castano. Don't you think it's some question that's going on in the camp of Derek James, Charlo, and Spence about if he is the unified undisputed, when he's planning on vacating those titles? Because I do believe Spence is going to move up and fight for a vacate title right off the rip. That's what I believe. I just want to get your take on that. You believe they're going to have a perfect release of those titles so Errol Spence can move up to 54 and get the title shot expeditiously?
Who's that question to, sir?
Any one of y'all. Everybody. Anybody.
I'm sorry, I missed the whole question.
My question was basically, we understand that Jermell Charlo is at 154, right? And he holds majority of the belts. He's unified. So his only other belt that's out there he's waiting is Patrick Teixeira to face Brian Castano, I believe. So being that Errol Spence is believing he's choosing to move up to 154, he's not going to do that. I don't believe until Jermell Charlo comes off the belt. Do you believe they're in camp, being that this entire stable, Errol Spence, Jermell Charlo, Derek James, then they're talking about the perfect time on when to drop those belts at 54 so Errol Spence can have a title shot immediately once he moves up to 154?
No. I don't believe that I don't believe there's. I don't believe that any of the thing between the Charlos and Errol Spence. I don't believe that the Charlos are going to drop any belts for Errol Spence to go to 154, because I think the thing with Errol Spence going with the
That's after he unifies. That's after he becomes undisputed.
At 147.
No, at 154, after Jermell Charlo becomes undisputed, Spence is talking about moving up to 60. So will he drop the belts at 54 for his stablemate to move up and get a jump start on fighting for a world title right off the rip? Teamwork.
I'm sorry, man. I'm tired. I'm missing what you're saying.
I think I get you.
And this is why I'm missing what you're saying, because I got the Spence Canelo thing in my head at 160, and everybody has been saying for years that Canelo should be fighting a Charlo, and I hear recently they're saying that Spence is undercutting, his friends in order to fight Canelo. And
who is they?
Just so-called fans, just people in the media and stuff like that. They'll say, "Oh, well, I thought they were friends." They'll say Canelo should be fighting one of the Charlos, but Derek James has, so Charlo in his camp. He has Errol Spence in the camp, and then his brother, or whatever, blah blah blah. Canelo should be fighting them, but now here comes Errol Spence. I thought they were friends, and blah 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 blah, all that BS. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's some comments that, well, the way that Canelo looked at it, at first it seemed like he thought that Errol Spence was sweet or whatever, but said he pushed it down the line. So I don't know. I'm not gonna pick a side, choose a side or anything like that on that, because I see something like that. I would have to say that was something that was probably spoken upon in private conversation, and I'm not going to speculate, because these are dudes that are friends and they talk. Two of these guys are brothers, twins at that, and they all, and they all friends. They all run the same circles. You know what I'm saying? They party together. You know what I'm saying? They have cookouts together. You know what I'm saying? They barbecue together. They do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's all private conversation. So I'm not going to speculate on that. I'm not even going to speak on it. I mean, I can't. Not factually, anyway.
Hey, Terrence, you said you need to plug your show. And after that, I am definitely going to turn this down to a slow lit candle so I can get back to my work that I have to complete. Go ahead and plug your show there, Terrence.
Yeah, appreciate you, World Combat. I got a YouTube show called On the Mic with Terrence, with Terrence Bailey Sr. The premiere show is the show is going to premiere on the 9th of January. My first guest is Mrs. Jane Elliott. If you know who, if you recognize the name,
A white woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like her little study she did. I've seen that over and over again. She's been doing it for years with the little study she do with the red shirt, blue shirt, or whatever.
The brown eyes, blue eyes.
Brown eye, blue eyes. Yeah, that's what it is.
And she the truth. And she agreed to help me launch my podcast. So she's going to be my first guest. It's going to be on the 9th, which is actually next Saturday.
What's the topic's going to be? Of course, it's not going to be on boxing, but what y'all going to talk about off related subjects? What we talking about?
We're going to talk about her work.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about, you know what I'm saying, social topics and stuff like that pertaining to her work and pertaining to us. And what I'm not going. When I say us, I mean everybody. The social condition of this, of what we call Earth, the things that led to the George Floyd situation, the things that led to Breonna Taylor, the things that led to Emmett Till, the things that led to everything that we find ourselves in right now. So, yeah, that show is going to air. It's going to be live. It's not. It's not. I'm not doing any pre-recorded shows on my platform. Everything will be live, and I won't be doing any. I'm going to avoid doing any shows that are pre-recorded, and I'm going to avoid doing any shows without guests, as best I can. And this show will be 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, p.m. on Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, and it's on the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr. So if you go to YouTube, just subscribe to Terrence Bailey Sr. my YouTube. I changed the name to my YouTube, so if Terrence Bailey Sr. doesn't come up, just put on the mic. It's Mike MIC. On the mic with Terrence Bailey Sr. Terrence is spelled TARENCE BAILEY. Senior, it's abbreviated SR. And World Combat, man, I appreciate you allowing me to plug this on your channel. And like I put in the chat early, several hours ago, man, I want to get you on, on my channel because I want to have a forum, a Black Fathers forum, and also I'm also doing a veterans forum, a combat vets forum. So all you guys that are combat vets, I want to get all you guys in. You know what I'm saying? On the channel, we're gonna sit down and chop it up, and I'm gonna try to get somebody in from the Veterans Administration to sit on a panel, and we're gonna sit down. We're gonna chop it up about where the VA is doing good and where the VA is failing us, and what we can do to make it better for us combat veterans and everything. Like if you look at other hand, you look at the wall. Over there, you can see it. You see, I got a wall full of plaques and certificates and all that stuff, or whatever for the military, whatever. But you will see that it doesn't. I can tell you that it doesn't translate into VA care, and I'm pretty sure a lot of vets can say the same thing. Doesn't matter. You can be the best. You can be the most high speed soldier in the world, but when you get subjected to the VA system, you can be the most lowly individual. You could be a peasant in their eyes. So I want to have I want to tackle that too. And World Combat, I want you to be on that. Be a part of that show. Mark Nash, I want you in there too.
Absolutely.
Anything else I show you?
That's it, brother.
Well, fellas, I gotta go, and y'all can start with your closing statements, and then we're gonna wrap this up. First of all, I appreciate everybody for coming through World Combat Sports 2021. Share the content, subscribe to the channel, pass the word, and continue to show up and let's be better than what we were in 2020. I salute y'all. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. Y'all can get y'all closing word. Anyone y'all can start.
Okay, I go first, man. I appreciate you, Scotty, man. Appreciate you, Mr. Bailey, Mark Nash. I enjoyed the conversation with you all, man, about the sport that we all love and we all adore. I just hope that our conversations and our dialogue is doing what it needs to do to get boxing back where it needs to be, where it's supposed to be in its rightful place among the sports entertainment in North America. I just want to see the boxing get back to where it's supposed to be, and that's ultimately my goal. I meant no disrespect about not engaging in that EJ Terrence Crawford, but man, because man, I just don't want to see that is boxing super fight, and I just don't want to see it get drugged on for 4 or 5 years. So I just don't want to entertain in that conversation. I understand about all the other big fights in boxing, but everybody know that the biggest fight in boxing that can be made is Spence Crawford. So I just choose not to engage in that dialogue about that fight. I respect each and every one of you all's opinion, and I hope I have the pleasure of being back on the panel with you all again, man. So enjoy your night. World Combat. I appreciate you. I'm gonna be every time. I'm gonna be in the building every time the red button say live. So
I appreciate you, bro.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Good night to you other gentlemen, and Mark Nash is on you to close us out, man.
Oh man, don't go nowhere to EJ, man, because I'm gonna let you go. Because I just want to tell you, I like you. I love your energy, and people like you make the sport special, man.
I appreciate it.
Never forget that, man. Never forget that. Thank you again, man. I gotta disagree with him though, because you kind of contradicted it. So you said it was the biggest fight, but I don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like at the 302 mark, it's the biggest fight. 3:18:24 mark. But I don't want to keep talking about it, man.
I mean, someone cannot want to talk about it because it's no clarity to it right now. It's just like teasing yourself over and over again.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say this, I guess. I like the torture. Bite my ear, bitch.
I ain't no
I'm
pain freak like that.
No, some real shit, man. It's your boy Martin Nash. You already know how we
never meaning no, and never night.
You did it to me. Yeah, man. Shout out to World Combat Sports, man. He's the big.
I never meaning no, and never.
Gotta give Mark a little bit of his old goddamn energy, boy. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
You know, in comedy, they got this thing called a rule of thirds, right? So yeah. What's popping? I was waiting for it, man. I'm a comedian too. People don't know that.
All right, cool.
All right, man. My face stretching. Let's do this shit for real, man.
All right.
Yeah. What's popping? It's your man Mark Nash. Shout out to World Combat Sports. Man, he's the big brother. He's the mentor that I wish I had when I was still a soldier. But I'm a soldier out here, man, still moving for the army of God. I'm an honest man. I'm trying to do my thing, take care of my family, and I'm trying to do it the right way, all right? So support my name, support the movement. Mark Nash everywhere, MarqNash. That's MarqNsh. And you can find me on all platforms like that. That's your Spotify, your Tidal, Amazon Music, Amazon Playlist, YouTube. Go to marknash.com, get one of these hoodies. Drinks require sleep, goals require effort. And man, you got to go out there and get your goals. Thank you, World Combat Sports, for allowing me to share my voice on your platform, but more importantly, allow me to meet you in the physical form, brother. Because like a lot of these dudes be out here, they ducking, they hiding, don't show their face, and they ain't no shot to nobody, because everybody got their own things and their own insecurities, and I get it. And but that ain't my business. My business is going out here touching people physically. And if you in the city of Atlanta, you can find me everywhere at Mark Nash, and I pull up on you, big dog, and we can talk. We can do some videos. And they call me Mr. Everything because I'm an artist, producer, engineer, songwriter, video director, web designer, and I make the merch. And you can get that on marknash.com. And with that said, I'm done, baby. Thank you again for y'all time, man. Thank you, World Combat. And I'm gonna see you soon because I got to send you the footage, or either you need to send me the footage from when we was at the gym.
Yeah, for sure. You know what it is. We'll definitely make that happen.
I want you to. We'll talk. I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna holler at you in the private.
All right, cool. And everybody else that stopped through that's still on the panel, Dion Washington, Tuscaloosa. Shout out to him, his fam, all the other fighters that's up there in Tuscaloosa, man. You know, the one and only bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. You know, you got Dion Nichols up there. Who else? Who else is up there? You know, shout out to Tay Jones, man, for him to work and get his fight back on tap, man. Shout out to Coach Cuz, man. Shout out to Coach Cuz, man. You know, shout out Malik Scott. You know, security, Chris. You know what I'm saying? JD's in the building. You know, who else is up there, Dion?
Man, we got DeVecchio Savage, my man Trevon Lawson, who knocked out the Barrientos twin on PVC last week. He actually fights out of Opelika, but he's from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He got a big upset win over the Barrientos twin on the Morel undercard last week. Marcellus Wilder.
Marcellus. Shout out to Marcellus.
Yeah, we got a couple more other up and coming guys, man. You know, I really appreciate the door that Deontay opened up for, you know, the people in Tuscaloosa, man. A lot of these guys that didn't get, you know, optimal opportunities after high school, man, they're picking up the gloves and they're doing what they've always done, man, fighting their way out of poverty, man. So I appreciate that. Appreciate what my teammate did as far as opening the doors. The only thing now is to get him a fight in his own backyard. And I'm not talking about Birmingham. I'm talking about actually in Tuscaloosa. So that's the next thing that we're trying to navigate. But I know it's hard dealing with the University of Alabama and everything. So
they got venues in Tuscaloosa?
Yeah, but they're all controlled by the University of Alabama. So you know, nothing isn't coming before the University football team, though.
Wow.
You know,
I did some basic training in Anniston, Alabama.
Okay, yeah. So you were
Fort McClellan.
Thank you. Yeah. Now, where's Money Powell's father is in Fort Mitchell? Okay, that's right. I got you. Yep. So, you know, that we got some guys coming through Tuscaloosa, man. And also Keandre Leatherwood. He's one of the
Keandre Leatherwood just followed on TV. Shout out to Keandre.
Yeah, so you know, man, we got some fighters, man. Deontay really opened up the door for us, man. And then, you know, Butterbean, you remember Eric Esch Butterbean, he's like 30 miles from here, which is Jasper. So, you know.
That dude could hit.
I love to see Butterbean. I love to see Butterbean and Andy Ruiz in a 4-round fight. I'd be there for that.
Man, you know, no. I like to see Butterbean and not Andy Ruiz, Butterbean and somebody like Rampage Jackson or something. Somebody like that.
He might get Rampage right now. Rampage pretty out the door right now. So
or Chris Areola.
Y'all should be paying attention to Dion Washington, man, the equalizer, man. That dude's a problem. You know, wait to see him get back in the square too.
I know he's been calling out all the belt holders at cruiserweight. I know Mubaku talking about he'll fight him, but I don't know yet.
I don't know about that.
Hey, I don't know if I talked about this earlier. I know the show about to end, but I heard earlier that Wilder won the case against Fury. I heard that earlier today. That Wilder won the case against Fury, and Fury has a choice to either fight Wilder or give up the belts. If he gives up the belts, then he's opened up to a lucrative lawsuit. If he was to give up the belt, then the guy that beat Dillian White would be awarded the title, and then Wilder have to fight him. So what do y'all think about that?
That's
You mean
6 years
Alexander
too late.
Alexander
That's
Povetkin?
that
Yeah.
fight is 6 years too late.
What happened?
That fight is 6 years too late.
Yeah, it is. But Wilder have to go and fight him and then sue Fury, but he had to go and fight him in order to get his belt back. If Fury was to give the title up.
Yeah, but at the same, like I understand what you're saying. He wanted to go to Russia when Povetkin was the mandatory,
and he already sued Povetkin.
Exactly. So you open that can of worms back up again. So that'd be difficult.
Yeah, but I was Blue Blood reported today that Wilder has won the arbitration, and Fury has to either put up or shut up. He's got to get in the ring or vacate. If he vacates, then he opens himself up to a very lucrative lawsuit in Wilder's favor. So there it is.
So if he vacates the title, then
it goes to Povetkin. And he gets sued, which I'm pretty sure Wilder will sue the living hell out of him. Because, I mean, it's common sense.
Well,
and then
I think either way he gets the belt. Either way he gets the belt, because I see him smashing Alexander Povetkin worse than Dillian White potentially attempted to do. So either way it goes, you know.
Yeah. But he gets it back. He's gonna be He's gonna be two-time champ, no matter how you slice it. If he fights Fury, or if he ends up fighting Povetkin, or if he fights Dillian White, it doesn't matter. He's gonna be two-time champ. Or if he decides to do this Bridgerweight BS, which is nothing more than a money grab.
No, he's not doing that.
I'm saying if. That's an if. That's
no,
a big. That's
Deontay
a big ass.
Say he's not doing that.
That's a big ass if. You know
Deontay say he's not doing no Bridgerweight shit.
Yeah, I heard him when he said that, but I'm just saying.
He look. Imagine him doing Bridgerweight and being a champion beneath the division that he is. Earned all his prestige as a world heavyweight champion, 42 victories. It won't even be the same as dropping down a weight class to be a multi-division champion. It wouldn't be the same. Now, he might get some props for it if he was still WBC champion. Then he said, okay, let me drop down the Bridgerweight and pick up a title. Then he can consider himself a two-division champion.
He'll be a two-division champion anyway. But the thing is, would the weight
wouldn't be a he might be a two-time champion, but not a two-division.
Who?
No, because he said he would still be a two-division champion.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah, he's staying in the heavyweight division when he's out there. He'll be a two-time champion.
If you were a champion in one division, and you become a champion in another division, then you are a multi-division.
Oh, you're talking
champion.
about being a champion in the Bridgerweight, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're a multi-division champion. You're a multi-division champion.
Correct.
So you know what I'm saying. So you're a two-division champion, two-time champ, two-division champion. So I mean, but the issue is, would the division be looked at as a farce? Is my question. You know what I'm saying? Where they look at like, okay, well, that's a BS division.
It's a lot of farcery going on. You know what I'm saying, in better terms in boxing right now.
You better preach.
Especially with the franchise chip belt. The franchise chip belt, and then how they maneuvering these best fight the best out of damn close proximity. So, man, this Bridgerweight named after a kid who was attacked. I'm not against it. I'm just happy that I'm not a kid. His sister. So I'm happy he was able to save his sister. Real talk. I mean, I'm happy. But for boxing to reach over
from the dog,
boxing to reach over and
they
create
a division. They ain't got no Harriet Tubman belt, right?
Yeah, no Harriet Tubman belt.
Hey, don't do that.
I'm just saying, like,
no Harriet Tubman on the U.S.
No Malcolm X belt, like we ain't even got a Malcolm X Day in America yet. We ain't even got a Malcolm X Day. Let's be real. I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of shit. World Combat, you right, man. Preach.
Hey, keep the family out of it though.
I'm just saying, in general, man, family or not, like that, like that's a legacy. That's a name. That name means something to people. Whether they know your family or not, my brother, that name means something. And I don't mean no disrespect to you. I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of names out there that mean something. And no disrespect to that kid, like World Combat said, like, come on, man. Y'all named the whole division after this? One child? No disrespect, but one child? One person?
One?
Yeah, come on. Go lay down.
Well, my people, that is it. Salute to you all. Till next time. What up? It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you're tuned into World Combat Sports.